Welcome everybody to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today. And this week sees Pennywise back for revenge in It Chapter 2 hitting store shelves, along with the ninth film by Quentin Tarantino, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the stripper drama Hustlers, and Severin Films is releasing a Blu-ray edition of The Peanut Butter Solution, plus much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we're at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. Alright everybody, we are in at Walmart here with this display for It Chapter 2. Nice, not bad at all, not bad one bit, guys. I love the creepy eyes. And the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of It Chapter 2 for $24.96. They have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $29.96. And they also have the DVD right here for $16.96. And what I really love is that there's different artwork across all the different ones. Like you get this for the DVD, which is really nice. I like that art quite a bit. Then you get the 4K art, which is here, which actually looks really cool, man. I like that with sort of the blood dripping down his mouth and everything. Really nice. And then you get this art here with sort of the blood coming down, sort of like a road with like the Losers Club right there and everything with his like eye. That's really cool. I don't know which art I actually like better. They got like unique art for every single one, which I think is really honestly cool, guys. I think it's really awesome that they did that. Not many studios do that nowadays, so I really appreciate that. And Bob and I ended up doing a movie review on It Chapter 2. We actually did a spoiler review. You can catch it on the movie review playlist. I'll also put a link down below in the description if you guys want to hear our full and complete thoughts on the movie. And you know, we went into this movie very, very hyped. I mean, we really love It Chapter 1. We think it's a really phenomenal movie. I think that Bill Skarsgård did an amazing job as Pennywise. He absolutely killed it. The kids did. It was just a great horror film overall. And we were looking forward to It Chapter 2. And I know it was very hyped up. A lot of people were anticipating it. And a lot of people honestly really didn't like the movie. They just felt that it wasn't as good of a story compared to the first one. The adults, it wasn't as terrifying as with the kids. You know, some people were even bagging on Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, that he wasn't as effective as he was in the first film. You know, as far as I'm concerned, and with Bob, we really enjoyed this film. We enjoyed it quite a bit. I mean, they tried doing the adult story in sort of the TV movie, and I don't know if that was really all that effective because they didn't have the budget for it, and it felt like, you know, it felt like they really needed something more. It felt kind of lacking. Here, I felt they did a better job with it, with the adults. Honestly, I thought the actors did a great job. I thought Bill Skarsgård is still extremely scary as Pennywise. It's definitely more of a horror comedy than anything else. There's definitely more comedy in here than there is horror, but honestly, with the adults, it's hard to do the scariness as well as you can do with the kids, but I thought it was still effective overall. You know, is it the most satisfying ending to this? Probably not, to be honest with you guys, but I honestly still really enjoyed it. I thought it was still a worthy sequel to It Chapter 1. I think people went into it with a really huge hype to the movie, and I don't know if it could really ever deliver as much as people were really hoping it was. I think it still has some disappointing elements to it. Not everything is perfect here, especially the length of the movie and especially the ending, which wasn't as effective as it could have been. There's a lot of things that it really could have done better on, but honestly, I still thought it was a really effective movie overall. And you know, for somebody that didn't quite know how they were going to pull off the whole Pennywise story, to me, I thought that honestly it was better than I was thinking, because the adult story is so hard to do anyways. It's very complicated, very convoluted, and a lot of really tough things going on. So honestly, to me, guys, I didn't really love a lot of things about it. It felt maybe like it was missing something, or maybe it was just too long. It could have taken elements out, but the adult story is like that. There's just a lot of elements going on, and it's not a perfect movie, but I still really enjoy it, guys. I still prefer It Chapter 1, but this one is not bad, and I still really like it quite a bit, guys. So I definitely do recommend it to you guys, but definitely going with a lot of checked expectations. So that's what I would say, man. But I don't really see any exclusives. Maybe the artwork on It Chapter 2 is exclusive to Walmart, but it doesn't quite say that, though. But I think it's still really cool to have the different artwork on here, different artwork here, and different artwork here. I think that's really awesome, man. And not many studios are doing that nowadays, so definitely appreciate that, guys, because it's really unique indeed. Not bad at all over here. Pretty decent display, dare I say. All right, let's see what else Walmart's got. Alright guys, we're over in the new release section over here, and thank God we saw the It Chapter 2 stuff in a display, because they don't got it over here, man. They only have it over in the display, so at least we saw it in one section. But the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for $27.96. The Blu-ray DVD and digital for $22.96, and the DVD for $17.96, which the DVD and the Blu-ray have sort of the same art of Leo and Brad sort of there, sort of mean mugging it for the camera. But this one actually has, I believe, the theatrical poster art on the 4K, which I think actually looks really phenomenal. I mean, to me, if I had to pick any that I would get, it would probably be the 4K, just because of the poster look itself. It looks really great, man. So that would be my choice. But I understand if you guys like that one, but this one is definitely the more iconic one for sure, man. And I ended up doing a spoiler review with John. We ended up talking all about this interesting Quentin Tarantino movie. I'll put a link down below in the description if you guys want to hear our full and complete thoughts on the movie. And you know, I was looking forward to this one because I liked the trailers quite a bit. When I heard it was sort of like taking place during sort of the Sharon Tate sort of Manson murder time frame, I was like, this is really interesting, and I'm really curious how Quentin Tarantino is kind of going to spin it in his own way, kind of like how he did sort of Inglourious Basterds. I was very interested to see what he would do with it. And I had liked the movie, but I didn't really love the movie, guys. And I know it's going to be a controversial thing, and you guys are probably going to kill me in the comments section, but it really is true. The problem with this movie is all of the Quentin Tarantino isms, like how he just takes too long with his scenes, and he just elongates stuff, and you know, he just falls in love with his dialogue, and you know, he just doesn't know when to cut and everything. It really all affected this movie, because you have great performances here. I mean, Leo's great, Brad's great, Margot is great. Everybody is really fantastic in this movie, guys. The problem is, it just felt like there's a lot of unnecessary scenes in this movie. It felt like Quentin Tarantino was just indulging for the sake of indulging. He was telling a story, and the story is just okay here, about this sort of failed Hollywood actor who is not really getting the attention he once had, and it's all sort of all in the background of the Manson murders and sort of the sort of hippie era, and you know, trying to figure out his sort of place in Hollywood type of thing. It's not a bad story. It's just, there was a lot of scenes where I sat there in the theater and I kept saying to myself, why are we having these scenes? It makes no sense for the movie. It adds nothing to it. There's whole scenes where he's acting in a Western that really does nothing for the story. There's nothing interesting there. It's just for the sake of being there. A lot of scenes that just felt unneeded, and even the dialogue at times, it felt like he could have trimmed a lot of that stuff and it still would have been the same movie. It's a great acting performance here from a lot of these people. I like Quentin Tarantino's directing overall. His dialogue is still always amazing. You know, the way he makes a movie is really great. But I just felt, to me, like this movie could have been way better than it was. And there was a really missed opportunity. I like the idea of it surrounding the Manson stuff, but they didn't even really do much with that. It's just maybe a few minutes of screen time with the Manson stuff, and really that's it. They don't really even do much with that either. There's potential there that they could have done with the ranch and with Manson himself, and they don't really go there. The movie to me is a lot of missed opportunities, missed potential, but more than that, it just felt like the movie was indulging itself when it didn't really have to. I love Quentin Tarantino, but to me, this one was kind of a miss shot for me. It really was, and it's a shame because I really do love Quentin quite a bit, man. It's a shame. I know you guys are going to kill me. You guys are going to say it's the best movie from Quentin. I'm sure you guys are going to say it, but for me, man, I was kind of let down by the movie. Performances aside, I just wasn't feeling it, man. I hate to say it. Sorry, guys, but I got to be honest with you. Then the next thing I'm seeing over here is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and Digital of Hustlers for $27.96, the Blu-ray DVD and Digital for $22.96, and the DVD for $17.96. And Nick and I did a movie review on Hustlers. You can catch it on the movie review playlist. I'll put a link down below in the description if you want to hear our full and complete thoughts on this interesting stripper drama for sure, guys. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I first saw the trailers to this, I didn't really know what to think about this one because I was thinking to myself, I was like, okay, it's kind of like, kind of like showcasing Jennifer Lawrence's, Jennifer Lopez, sorry, not Jennifer Lawrence, kind of showcasing her body off and, okay, she's on the pole, whatever. I was like, this is not going to be fascinating to me whatsoever, and I really didn't even want to go see it, and Nick really wanted to, and that's why I went to see it in the theaters, but I was really pleasantly surprised by Hustlers. I'm not going to lie, guys. I walked away from this movie really fascinated by the film, fascinated by the performances and the story and how they spun it and how this is such an interesting and fascinating true life tale of these strippers that took advantage of these men and made a whole business out of it. It was just really crazy. I'd never heard anything about this true story, and it was just amazing how long they were able to do this and how long they didn't get caught for and just the craziness that actually happened to these females. And I got to admit, man, this movie really was a joy to watch. It was funny at times, it was dramatic, it was heartfelt. You really felt for these characters, you felt for the dilemmas that they had to go through, you also felt for the guys, that even though the guys deserved it in a lot of ways, you felt bad for them, you felt bad for these women having to take this money. It's a really just fascinating tale that I really dug quite a bit, man. And I have to admit, the performances here are amazing. Jennifer Lopez is fantastic here. Constance Wu is great. I loved her in Crazy Rich Asians. She's really awesome here. Julia Stiles really does a great job as well. Even Cardi B does a good job in her sort of small role. I think everybody did a great job, man. Sometimes these true life tales, sometimes the movies are not as fascinating as the actual real life incident that went on, but this movie really just showcases it in a really amazing way. I have to admit, everything about this movie is wonderful. The performances, the stripper dancing, everything, the directing. I thought this was a really fantastic movie, guys, and I was ready to go into this movie absolutely hating it, but I'm telling you guys, I was blown away by it. So for me, this one was a pleasant surprise, but one definitely worth checking out for sure, man. I wasn't expecting much, and you might not either, but honestly, I am recommending it because it's such a crazy and wild story. It definitely has to be experienced for sure, guys. Really interesting, man. Really interesting, no doubt. I think you guys will definitely get a kick out of that one. Other than that, we got The Hustlers and we got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Nothing else over here, guys, but we'll definitely keep on looking. Let's keep on looking, see what they got. Alright guys, we're over in this section, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray DVD of Freaks for $16.96, the DVD for $14.96, and I ended up actually watching this on Amazon Prime, and I didn't know what to expect because I hadn't even seen the trailer, but I knew this was coming out. I liked the cover, and I thought, okay, I'm just going to give this a chance. And I'm kind of glad I actually did, because it is a very interesting, trippy sort of sci-fi futuristic tale, man. Basically, it's about this guy and his daughter, and he's sort of keeping his daughter sort of hidden in his house from the world. And you don't really know why. Is this guy nuts? Is he out of his mind? What's going on with this dude? Until you realize that the outside world is a little weird in a lot of ways, and that kind of mistrustful of certain people. And you realize that as you go along with the movie, that actually this little girl has certain powers, and he's trying to protect her, and that other people are trying to kill her, and perhaps kill people that are like her. And it's a very sort of interesting sort of dive into sort of a sci-fi tale of mistrust and sort of a family trying to survive. It's a really fascinating and interesting movie, dude. I didn't know where this movie was going, what direction it was going to take, or anything like that. But I really enjoyed it, man. I thought Emile Hirsch did a great job. I thought Bruce Dern was really good here as well. I thought the little girl who played the daughter, she did a really fantastic job. I thought she did a really great job. I like sort of the weird sort of mental powers that they have, and I love this sort of world of these sort of abnormal people that have sort of perhaps, you know, are not trusted by society and are being hunted down, and they have to be protected. It's a very fascinating and interesting movie, dude. I was not prepared to really know what I was in for, but I was so happy I got to check this out, man, because it really is a fascinating and interesting sci-fi tale that I really think you guys should check out. It's very claustrophobic at first, but then it starts to open up the world slowly but surely. And at the end, man, there's really dynamic stuff, dude. I really loved it quite a bit, man. I was kind of shocked how much I really enjoyed it, but yeah, dude. This was kind of very interesting, and I really liked it a lot. And I think if you guys like some unique indie sci-fi, I think you guys would like this, man. It's not bad, dude. I really did enjoy this quite a bit, man. I was pleasantly surprised by this one. I really was. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray of Badland for $14.96, the DVD for $12.96 right here, and another Western and another movie starring Trace Atkins. Really? God, man, it seems like every week we're finding stuff by Trace Atkins, man. He is really trying his hardest, dude. Let me tell you, man. Wow. Interesting. Here you've got Bruce Dern, Jeff Fahey, Wes Studi, Mira Sorvino. Great cast, dude. I'm not gonna lie, man. That's a really great cast here. Anthony Todd. Not bad, man. Very cool. What is this one about here? More than a decade after the Civil War, a nation tries to rebuild and takes root across the West. That actually sounds really interesting. I actually like the sound of that, of the plot. I really do love a lot of the actors in here. It looks like a really cool sort of Western with a lot of really great character actors in here. I just gotta admit, man, I'm just not feeling Trace Atkins, dude. I'm just not. I don't know, man. I just don't see him as an actor. Like, I can't take him seriously in this role, dude. Everybody else I can kind of take seriously to some degree, but I can't take Trace Atkins seriously as this badass, you know, Western cowboy dude. I just can't, man. It looks cool, though. I mean, I might at least look into the movie, but I'm just not a fan of Trace Atkins, dude. If it was anybody else, I might have given it a chance, but I don't know, man. A lot of really good actors otherwise, so it could be actually interesting. Let me know what you guys think of Badland. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD digital of the Cotton Club Encore for $14.96, the DVD for $9.96, and I knew there was an edition of this coming out this week. I didn't actually think we would see it here over at Walmart, but I'm actually really glad that we did, man. This is an old school movie directed by Francis Ford Coppola, man. It's got a lot of great actors here. Richard Gere, Gregory Hines, Diane Lane, Nicolas Cage of all people as well. Really great movie, dude. I remember loving this movie. It takes place in the 1930s, and it's about the famous Cotton Club and, you know, sort of all of the struggles that it had and the passion of people and the violence. And it's a really interesting and fascinating movie, man. And it's not one that gets a lot of love, I find. It's not one that people really talk about. I don't know whether it's because it's a certain age and people just don't really sort of look into a movie like this, or is it because that, Francis Ford Coppola's done so many great movies that this one just kind of gets buried a little bit? It's possible. I mean, I really love this movie quite a bit, guys. I mean, it is really, really great of a film, dude. I think the performances here are fascinating. I love sort of learning about the Cotton Club because I didn't even know about it until I ever saw this movie when I was much younger. But I think this is a really phenomenal movie, and it's one of those sort of forgotten gems that definitely deserves a lot more love, guys. It really honestly does, man. If you guys have not checked out the Cotton Club, definitely do it. The performances alone are great. I think the story's dynamic, and the directing by Francis Ford Coppola is really well done, man. It's one of his lesser known movies, but it's one you guys definitely should get up on and give a chance to, especially if you like Francis Ford Coppola. Not bad that they have that, man. That's actually really cool that they have that. They also over here have the DVD of Low Tide for $12.96 right here. Treasure never stays buried for long. Not bad. Not bad cover either, man. Not cover either with sort of the people walking there and the sort of sun setting. Not bad. Low Tide. Alan, Red, and Smitty spend high summer on the Jersey Shore roving the boardwalk. But the discovery of gold, or good old-fashioned treasure, sets their friends on an escalating course of suspicion and violence. That's interesting. Sort of them finding treasure and sort of who do they trust and how are they going to split it and sort of, all of the, the deceitfulness that happens. It's kind of interesting. You're friends with somebody until you find a lot of money or treasure, and suddenly you're like, well, fuck this guy. I'm taking my piece. It's like, okay, man, very interesting, man. Huh? It looks kind of cool, man. Wait a minute, is that the guy from It or the kid? Huh? That's interesting. It kind of looks cool to me. Sort of like friendships being tested over treasure. Kind of interesting, man. I don't know what I would do if, I found treasure among all of my friends, like Nick, Bob, John, and all of the guys. I don't know. I think we just try to kill one another. I mean, I hate to say it, but it might be true. I mean, we turn on each other in a heartbeat, man. I want them gold. Huh. Very interesting. Low Tide. Definitely let me know what you guys think of that one. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of Lucky Day for $14.96, the DVD for $12.96 right here. Huh. From the co-writer of Pulp Fiction and a producer of True Romance. Not bad. Cash Crispin Glover, Clifton Collins Jr. I like the cover, man. The cover looks really cool. Lucky Day. What's this about? Roger Avery. Finally out of prison, safecracker. Psychotic French hitman, Luke. Huh. It kind of looks like a crazy, wild sort of adventure with some sort of comedy mixed in. Sort of an interesting sort of hitman comedy type of deal, man. Huh. And it's really cool to see the sort of Crispin Glover doing more stuff, man. I love when he plays these more sort of psychotic and weird roles, dude, because he fits it so well, man. He really honestly does, dude. Huh. It looks kind of good, man. It looks kind of fun. Sort of a criminal comedy. If you guys know much about Lucky Day, let me know. I love the cover, dude. It's very vibrant, dude. I can see people walking by this and definitely picking it up. Looks cool, man. Then over here they have The Curse of Buckout Road for $12.96. The legends are real. Whoa. Let's see what this is about, man. A college class project on creation and destruction of modern myths turns terrifying when a trio of young people, the urban lessons surrounding famed, in fact, may be real. Oh no. Huh. That kind of looks cool. Kind of like, ghosts, and they don't really believe that all of these sort of myths and these legends are true, but it actually turns out to be. And look, my man Danny Glover is in this thing. He probably plays sort of really creepy role, kind of like what a Tony Todd would play or something. Huh. That kind of looks cool, man. And I actually really like the cover, man. Again, a lot of these sort of indie horror stuff have really great covers, but some of them turn out to be really crappy. This one kind of looks cool, dude. It does, man. Especially seeing my man Danny Glover in this. Very interesting, dude. I hope when he's like in this movie, he ends up saying to one of the kids like, "I'm too old for this shit." Like something. I hope he does, man. Cool, man. Huh. Then we're also seeing over here they have Hard Night Falling, the DVD for $12.96 right here. Oh man, my man Dolph comes out with another indie film. Very nice. Husband, Father, Agent, Killing Machine. Nice right there. Very nice. Outnumbered, outgunned, outrun, but not out of luck. Very cool. This is about screen legend Dolph Lundgren. Yes, definitely give the man what he deserves. Highlights this intense action thriller after years fighting crime with Interpol. Reconnects. Mastermind Goro. Damn you, Goro. And his mercenaries invade the property hoping to find a lost cache of gold. Huh, it sort of looks like this sort of like, agent has to take on the bad guy and sort of, sort of save the day and save his family. Kind of looks cool, man. It's not bad. And you guys know how much I love Dolph, dude. Dolph is great. Can't say I've watched everything with Dolph, and there's certain things that I'm not really interested in with him, but I love Dolph, dude. He is fantastic, man. Really, really awesome. And it looks like he can definitely display his sort of badassery in this. Not bad at all, man. Looks pretty cool, man. Not bad at all. Hard Night Falling. If you guys know anything about it, definitely let me know. Very interesting selection over here with some of the indie stuff, guys. Not bad at all. All right. Let's head out. Not bad selection this time around over at Walmart, guys. There was actually a lot of stuff to see here. Not really any major exclusives, which I'm actually kind of shocked by, because I thought we would see a lot of really major exclusives this time around. I mean, maybe some of the artwork on some of the releases is exclusive, but it doesn't exactly say exclusive over at Walmart, so I don't know whether it is or it isn't. I mean, we'll definitely keep on looking at the other stores to find out. And there is a couple releases that came out this week that Walmart isn't carrying as well. But honestly, I'm surprised we got out some of the physical media that Walmart did have, because it is a zoo here at Walmart. Like, people are getting ready for Christmas and they're getting ready for celebrating and shopping at all of the areas. So I'm surprised that the department had the time to put out all of that stuff. We still got some interesting releases this week and a lot of big name titles coming out for sure. So not bad selection here, and some indie titles that I was not expecting as well. Very cool stuff indeed, guys. I hope you enjoyed Walmart. Let's head to the second location and see what we can find. All right, everybody. We are at our second location, Target. Now, this is a bigger sort of jam-packed week than we've had in the past couple weeks, to be honest with you guys. And, we saw a lot of really great variety over at Walmart. However, as I said at the end when I was leaving Walmart, I was shocked that we didn't really get any kind of major exclusives, or something that I would consider a major exclusive. I thought the titles that were coming out, like It, Chapter 2, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I thought those would definitely be ones that would get big exclusives, especially over at Walmart, but not really. So now I'm actually really curious of what we're going to find over at Target. I hear they're supposed to have exclusives, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have and what they don't have. On top of that, again, with a bigger, more robust release week, we get more sort of selection and variety than we normally would on a slower week, as I've said before with Target. So this should be a big release week, hopefully, for them. Hopefully we're going to see a lot of variety. Again, as you guys can see, there's a pretty jam-packed crowd here over at Target. It's usually not this heavy of traffic. Usually it's a little bit more lighter, but again, because of we're heading towards Christmas, people are grabbing toys and all sorts of stuff. So we'll see what they got, guys. Let's head in, find out. All right, everybody, we are in at Target right here with this display for It Chapter 2. Nice, not bad. I love with him holding the balloons there. Very cool. And the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of it Chapter 2 for $29.99. They have the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $24.99. They also have the DVD for $17.99, and that artwork that we saw over at Walmart, I guess that was a Walmart exclusive, because this is different artwork right here for the DVD with him holding the balloons. The one we saw over at Walmart was him sort of in between the two balloons. This one is just him holding them. So, okay, that was interesting. So that DVD artwork was definitely a exclusive only at Walmart. Not bad at all, guys. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of problems with this movie. The movie is really long, like overly long, like 2 hours and close to 50 minutes or something. I mean, it's pretty much Avengers Endgame level, runtime, and that was crazy. Some of the comedy is unintentional, and it might not mean to be that way. Also, I'm not gonna lie that some of the horror is not as effective as it is from the first film. This film has a lot of issues going for it, and this is from somebody who actually likes the movie, by the way, guys. I mean, I think there's a lot of problems with this movie. For instance, I think they ended up being more closer to the actual source material than maybe I wish they would have. I wish they would have maybe strayed a little bit further away from it. I don't think you have to be like so tight with the source material. I also think that sometimes some of the scenes that were in the book don't need to be in the movie. It's a really sort of touch and go thing, as I've sort of found over the years, because some of the best sort of Stephen King adaptations are the ones where the director sort of takes the book and takes the material and he sort of changes it just slightly enough where it's still Stephen King, but they have their own voice to it. Movies like The Shining or Christine, The Mist, a couple of those ones come to mind, where they took the Stephen King story, they still made it where you still have that same sort of Stephen King feel, but they do something unique and interesting with it. I think with it Chapter 2, I think they went a little bit too close to paying attention to everything from the book. And I believe Stephen King co-wrote this movie, if I'm not mistaken, so he's not really going to stray away from his own material either. So there's a balance to that. And I think another balance to that too is that, unfortunately, I think that it's more terrifying with kids than it is with adults. That's not always the truth, though, because you look at something like the Friday the 13th movies or other films that have adults in it that are scary movies, and those work really well. So why didn't this? There's a really tough sort of dichotomy. Why didn't this work with the adults when it should have worked? I think the problem is I just think in general with sort of the It story, kids are more sort of scared with clowns than adults are. That's just what I found. And also, I think that you connected so much with the kids, and I think the adult versions, you don't connect with them as much. Even though I love a lot of the actors, you don't connect with them a lot either. And I also think the problem is that this movie was made like a year or so after they ended up filming Chapter 1. Like, they didn't do Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 back to back. They sort of did them like one, and then they waited until the other one was successful and then they made it. I think it would have been better had they done it like back to back. That way they would have maybe did a little bit better of a job with the story-wise and connecting things a little bit better. When you wait like that, I think there's advantages and disadvantages to that. And with the disadvantage here, I think that, they had to get the kids back and they had to de-age them, and I don't know if you connected as much with the adults, with the kid story, as maybe you could have. There's a lot of problems with this movie, guys. I mean, it's hard to nail it on the head exactly what went wrong to a certain degree. I still like the movie, and I still think it's an improvement over the TV movie, especially the adult version of it. But I can't fault you guys when you say it's not good, because you're not wrong, honestly, guys, to be honest with you. You're not wrong at all, man. I still think it's a worthy film, but compared to the first one, not so much, guys. But that's just my opinions. And again, this is coming from me. I actually like the movie. A lot of you guys who don't like the movie, you have a lot more to say than I do. Definitely let me know some of the faults for sure. But not half bad. No exclusives, actually. Just the regular 4K, the Blu-ray, DVD. And the regular artwork, the exclusive was over at Walmart for sure. But not bad selection, guys. All right, let's see what else Target's got. Alright guys, we are over in this area of Target, and the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray of Badland for $13 right here. Honestly, not much more to say about this one, guys. I mean, honestly, some of these are really great actors. I mean, Jeff Fahey's done some westerns. I know Wes Studi, like things like Dances with Wolves and a few other things. He's been in some westerns before. Mira Sorvino, I'm not sure if she's been in actual like westerns or not. I think she has, but I don't really remember honestly. I think this might be her very first western, if not her second, but it's been a long time. You know, Bruce Dern, he's been in westerns quite a bit, man. And even like Tony Todd, I don't think Tony Todd's been in really any westerns, man. I don't think he's really the guy that you put in westerns, man. He just isn't. I hate to say it, but he's just not, man. I mean, like I said, it's very hard for me to get into westerns. It really has to be a really unique one. It's something that really piques my interest in order for me to want to watch it. And this movie almost has me, but not with Trace Adkins, dude. Not. I'm sorry, man. I'm just sick and tired of these sort of country music stars trying to act, dude. Just stop it, man. Stop it. Especially Trace Adkins, dude. It just comes off as terrible, especially when you have such great pros like Jeff Fahey and Mira Sorvino and Wes Studi there and everything. It's like you really are just outclassed in a big bad way. Just stop it, man. The movie almost had me, but not that Trace Adkins, put it that way, man. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for $19.99, the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $24.99, the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $29.99, and the Blu-ray DVD and digital only at Target for $24.99. This includes an exclusive film magazine, which looks like it's kind of like almost like aping off of the movie right there. Kind of looks like it's doing that with like pictures and articles on some of the actors, and maybe it's kind of like a thing where it's kind of like talking about the actors from the movie themselves, like it's, like the characters. I'm not really sure, but it is in there. Not bad. And the same sort of artwork, though. It hasn't really changed or anything, but I still prefer this artwork, though. Definitely still do, man. Now, I really do like Quentin Tarantino, and I know you guys are gonna shit all over me. Well, I can't believe you didn't like this movie. I enjoyed it well enough, but for me, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I like early Tarantino over later Tarantino. Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction and Jackie Brown and the Kill Bill movies. I like early Tarantino, dude. I really don't like later Tarantino, and I don't know why, man. I mean, those movies never really connected with me. I mean, they're not bad movies, but I just never really for some reason, early Quentin Tarantino spoke to me more than later. It felt like later Quentin Tarantino just ended up like, well, I can do anything and I'm just going to do whatever and I'm just going to indulge in whatever and people are just going to watch my stuff. I like the early Tarantino where he's kind of like a struggling artist and he's still trying to tell his story to the best of his ability. I mean, it's kind of tough, man. I mean, I don't hate Django. I kind of like Django. But it's movies like that, and even The Hateful Eight. Like, I really do like The Hateful Eight, but I think I like the first half of Hateful Eight better than the second half. I think it sort of gets complicated and convoluted, and for some reason, I think Tarantino is still a great filmmaker. I really love what Tarantino does, but for some reason, I think he knew how to tell a better story in those earlier films than he does here. Now, I know that's controversial. I know you guys are going to really give me crap for that, but that's my honest opinion, man. I really do. I still think he makes a great movie, but I would love to see what early Tarantino thinks of later Tarantino, like the movie. I would love to sort of take a time machine and sort of bring early Tarantino to this time period now and show him the later Tarantino flicks and see what he says, man. Because I think they're just two different filmmakers at times. I really do, man. Definitely let me know what you think of Tarantino as a filmmaker. And do you like his early stuff or later stuff? Definitely let me know, guys. Then over here, I am seeing they have the Blu-ray of The Fanatic for $12.99. Now, this movie came out this week as well. We didn't see it over at Walmart. And I was waiting to talk about this movie, man, because I watched this on Amazon Prime, and oh, dude, I heard so many bad things about this movie. I really did. Like, there are people out there that are literally saying this is one of the worst films of 2019. They are literally going out of their way to say that. And I had to check it out, man. I really honestly did. And I really like the tagline here. All he wanted was an autograph. I really like that, man. I wanted to give this a chance. I really did. And just for Travolta alone. But I got to admit, my interest was piqued because this is directed by Fred Durst. Yeah, Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit. He directed this. I'm like, really? I'm not going to lie, guys. I was a huge Limp Bizkit fan back in the day, man. And I may still have their music on my iPod. Don't fault me, guys. But I had to really check this one out. And basically, Travolta plays this guy who's really kind of mentally handicapped. He's not really all there, but he's a big movie lover, big horror movie lover, and he loves this actor so much, played by Devon Sawa. And he really just wants his autograph and wants to meet him. And just at every corner, just something bad happens to him. And he's just so obsessed with this guy that basically it just turns deadly. And the actor wants nothing to do with him. He wants this dude to stay away from him, and he just becomes sort of very stalker-like mentality and just really just at a certain point just has enough and just invades his home and kidnaps him. And it's honestly, I actually kind of like this movie. I'm not saying it's a great movie by any stretch of the imagination, but I actually really enjoyed it. I like Travolta's take on this character who's taking his fanaticism to sort of this crazy, insane level. I thought Devon Sawa was good here. I like the story quite a bit. I do have to admit, there is really crazy and ridiculous moments at times in this movie, and there's really moments in this film that is kind of laughable and maybe is not meant to. I think Travolta's performance is a little over the top at times, and it's kind of a little ridiculous and just kind of like maybe not realistic to how fans actually are. But I gotta admit, man, I went in thinking this was going to be a piece of garbage, but honestly, I was pleasantly surprised by The Fanatic. I really was. By far, this is not one of the worst films of 2019. I've seen a lot worse, trust me, guys. I mean, is it not good? You could probably say it's not good, but one of the worst? I did enjoy this one, but there were moments where I was definitely embarrassed for Travolta and everything, and you've never seen Travolta play a character like this, put it that way, man. He goes full tilt into this role. The hair and the way he moves and how he interacts with people, he's going for the more like mentally challenged guy in a big bad way, man. He was trying for his Oscar, man, but as Robert Downey Jr. says in Tropic Thunder, man, you went full retard. Never go full retard. Not bad, actually. I was expecting worse. I think everybody's saying it was really bad. I just went in with the worst expectations, but it was okay, though. Then over here, I am seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD digital of Hustlers for $24.99. And you know what? I have to admit, speaking of Jennifer Lopez, man, you know, I was really not up for watching her in this movie because something about it, I was like, oh man, just as Jennifer Lopez vanity project, and you know she's gonna be in a slinky bikini and you know riding around on a pole, and not that that's a bad thing, but I mean I just was like, come on, man. But honestly, I'm kind of glad she did a great job here because I do like Jennifer Lopez, man. And I remember when she came out years ago in Selena, and I just really loved her in Selena. She was great on In Living Color as one of the Fly Girls, and even she did a lot of stuff before Selena, like movies like Jack with Robin Williams. She was in as well, and there's a lot of movies that I've liked her in, sort of Anaconda and The Cell. Um, Oh, Out of Sight, I really enjoy. My mother really loves that movie enough. She thinks that's really awesome, man. You know, she's done a lot of really great stuff, but then she went down sort of those really crappy romantic comedy movies, and which really weren't that great. And then she did like the one-two punch of Geely and that Kevin Smith film there, which I can't remember the name of. Damn it, I'm now kind of blanking on that. But she did both of those movies, and those were huge flops, and the critics hated those movies. And then her career took a downturn, and then she was doing these really crappy sort of like dramatic thrillers that weren't really good either. And man, she just went down a really bad rabbit hole. And then her music, I'm sorry guys, maybe you like her music, but her music is god awful, man. She tried doing that and it was successful for a while, and then she sort of dropped off of the radar. A lot of her movies weren't doing really good box office wise, and you know, nobody was really talking about her anymore. And then she sort of comes out of the woodwork again and does something like Hustlers, and people are now talking about her now. Um, you know, there's even talk of her maybe getting an Oscar nomination for Hustlers, which is crazy. I've always liked Jennifer Lopez. I've not always liked her choices in movies. I've liked sort of early Jennifer Lopez instead of later, but I'm really glad she's getting more love, and I always love her as an actress. I think she's always does a good job. I just wish she picks better projects. I know she's doing that movie about this sort of drug lord woman. I think she's doing something like that, which sounds really interesting. And I just hope she picks better projects. No more of the romantic comedies and no more of those stupid sort of dramatic thrillers like The Boy Next Door. I don't want to see that crap, dude. Stop doing the romantic stuff, stop doing the thrillers, and do really unique stuff like The Hustlers, man, because I would love to see her get back to a time in her career when she was like on fire, dude, and nothing she could do was wrong. Let me know what you guys think of Jennifer Lopez and some of the roles that you like and dislike her in. Like I said, I like early Jennifer Lopez, but it's nice to see her sort of doing some really interesting projects, man, for sure. It's not bad, man. Not bad at all. All right, man. Actually, some pretty great selection so far. Not bad, man. All right, let's see what else they got. All right, guys, we are over in the new TV release section, and the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have Family Guy season 17 for $22.90 right here. Family Guy, nice. Very interesting seeing a new season of Family Guy coming out. I gotta admit, guys, I'm not the hugest fan of Family Guy. I haven't watched a lot of it. I will say my friend John has gotten into it in a big bad way because his girlfriend really loves that show, so he's sort of been watching it along with her, and he really likes it. He likes a lot of the comedy to it and a lot of like the pop culture references and everything like that. I've never really been a big fan of Seth MacFarlane, and I'll get to that in a minute, but it's one of those sort of shows where you either like it or you don't. It's the same with sort of The Simpsons. It's either your kind of humor or it's really not. But I know people really love this show, and it's something that they really sort of anticipate watching over and over again. So there must be something to the show. Like I said, I've watched a few episodes and they were good. I don't hate the show, but it's not like I go out of my way to watch it though. But kind of interesting, you have uncensored episodes, deleted scenes, and more. Not bad artwork, and I have to admit that the ones I have watched, I think Stewie is incredibly funny, man. So, like I said, there's some funny stuff in here. Is there any sort of Family Guy episodes that you guys would recommend to me? Definitely let me know on that one, guys. Then I'm seeing Hallmark, a Hallmark Channel original movie, Love on the Slopes. Okay. Yeah, I'll pass. Then they also have the complete second season of The Orville for $22.99 as well. And this is another show that I haven't actually gotten a chance to watch, but I've heard a lot of people who have really loved this show quite a bit. What I've heard from people is it kind of reminds them of sort of the old school Star Trek original series. Obviously, they're obviously making more fun of Star Trek and everything, but it kind of reminds them of that with like the weird creatures and sort of the comedy of it and everything. And a lot of people say they really enjoy this one, which kind of shocks me because I just thought that The Orville would just be a spoof, but it's actually something that has some really great sort of sci-fi, fantasy, space elements to it, and people have said that it really is sort of imaginative yet funny at the same time. Again, I'm just not a big fan of Seth MacFarlane, man. I just really haven't been. It's not that I don't like the guy. It just a lot of his comedy just doesn't really do it for me. So, I mean, like I said, I've kind of stayed away from the Orville because I just wasn't really sure whether I would like it or not. But I know a lot of you guys have said to me that you really do enjoy it. Is the second season as good as the first season? Is Seth MacFarlane worth it? Is the comedy good? I mean, is it something I should get into? Definitely let me know, guys. But I do like Star Trek. I do like the original series. I do like that sort of like space, fantasy, old school type of stuff. So this could be down my alley, but I definitely want to know from you guys. Definitely let me know about the Orville. And then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of The Loudest Voice. Russell Crowe is Roger Ailes. The DVD for $24.99. This is the inside story of the man who built Fox News right here. Great cover, by the way. I really love that cover, man. That's really cool, dude. I heard about this sort of limited event series that was going on. I heard that he was playing Roger Ailes, and it really fascinated me because I do like Russell Crowe. I'm not a hater of Russell Crowe. I don't love him in every movie, but I think he can be a really good sort of tense, thrilling actor. Like one of the movies that I was thinking about that he was really in was like The Insider with Pacino. I was like, that's a really great one with Russell Crowe. Really shows off his sort of dramatic chops, man. And it's kind of interesting. I think he would probably be really great as Roger Ailes, man. And it kind of looks like he sort of put on the pounds and sort of the makeup to look like the dude and everything. It could probably be really cool. I know that movie is coming out this month, Bombshell, with Nicole Kidman and all them about sort of Roger Ailes scandal and everything. So I know this is sort of a topical movie to come out on DVD right now, especially with that movie coming out. But this would be really cool to probably check out, at least for the performance of Russell Crowe alone, man. The only problem is I don't have Showtime, and this is on Showtime, so there's no way for me to actually watch it unless I buy this. So hopefully I can find it for really cheap one day, or maybe stream it or something. Like I said, I like these true life tales. I like people like Russell Crowe doing these sort of true life people, and Russell Crowe's a good enough actor that I think he can pull it off. But it does look cool, and there's a lot of people in here, man. Naomi Watts, Annabelle Wallis, Sienna Miller, Seth MacFarlane is in this, which is really weird. Like this is a dramatic movie, and yet Seth MacFarlane is in it. I'm kind of curious who the hell he's playing exactly. It's kind of weird, man, because Seth MacFarlane is in this. He's in the Orville, and he's doing the Family Guy thing. It's like a whole week of Seth MacFarlane, man. It's kind of crazy, actually. Huh. It does look interesting, though. Definitely something I would be interested in checking out. Definitely let me know what you guys think of The Loudest Voice. Other than that, that does it for Target. Not half bad, guys. All right. Let's head out. Actually, it's really not that bad this week here, guys. There's actually a lot of really great selection and really great variety. A lot of titles that we didn't see over at Walmart. On top of that, you had that really great exclusive for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You also end up having that display for It Chapter 2 as well. I mean, honestly, when there's a really good release week that happens for Target, then they always have really great selection, and they always really step it up in a big bad way, and this week is no exception, man. Very proud of Target this week. Very proud indeed, especially getting the physical media out, because the problem is with the Christmas season and everything, there's like so much other stuff that they're putting out with the toys and other electronics that sometimes the movies sort of get missed a little bit, but I'm glad they didn't get forgotten, guys. I'm glad they put out all of the releases, man. And not have bad here this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's head to the third and final location and see what we can find. All right, everybody, we are at our third and final location, the Beast Best Buy. But before we go in, I wanted to talk about quite a few trailers with you guys, because let me tell you something. It was like a bonanza of trailers that have come out throughout the week, man. It's been kind of crazy how much trailers we've actually gotten. And the first trailer is No Time to Die. Finally, we have the next Bond film that is coming April of next year, No Time to Die, which, by the way, is a great goddamn title for a Bond film as far as I'm concerned, guys. And I am anticipating this one. I am a fan of Daniel Craig's Bond. I like Daniel Craig in this role. A lot of people have crapped on movies like Quantum of Solace. I quite liked Quantum of Solace. The only Bond movie that he's been in that I have not liked is Spectre. I remember watching Spectre in the theater and thinking to myself, this is really bad, dude. Like, this is not good. Like, there's no emotion in Craig's face. It's like he doesn't even care. It's really not good, man. And so I was hoping that whatever we got for the next Bond film, which is Daniel Craig's last, that it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it for his final outing as Bond. And this looks to be a great outing, man. I mean, the action is there. You have the intrigue. You have sort of the secrets that, you know, he was with this woman at the end of Spectre, and you sort of realize that maybe she has secrets that she hasn't told Bond yet. You know, you have this great villain possibly that Rami Malek is playing that I really can't wait to see what Rami Malek does in this role. You have all the key Bond players back as well. It looks like Daniel Craig is actually trying this time, guys, because again, like I said, in Spectre, it looked like he really wasn't trying. Here, he actually looks like he's trying, man. So for me, I'm on board with this one. Give me Bond. Give me a great send-off for Daniel Craig, because I really want that. I want a great send-off for him, because I think his time as Bond can be just iconic as somebody like Sean Connery's. But he's got to have that final film that's going to really solidify it, man. And I hope that No Time to Die is that, dude. That's what I hope. Then the next trailer is Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds, which I did not know about this movie at all until I saw the trailer, man. Suddenly Ryan Reynolds is like in this weird movie where he's getting robbed constantly at a bank, and he's getting beat up, and it's just a day-to-day routine until he realizes, you know what, I'm sick of this. I'm just going to fight back. And then he realizes that he's actually in a video game, and that he's one of the characters that just is sort of like one of those sim characters that sort of just like stands by and does nothing while the other characters, you know, who are actually playing the game actually control it. And he's just getting out of being sort of the victim and the sim character and actually playing an active role in the video game. It looks really cool, dude. Like, it looks really awesome, man. The violence and sort of the cool sort of action stuff within the video game, the graphics and everything. I think it looks really cool, guys. I think that looks really awesome. And, you know, Ryan Reynolds always works in these type of roles, man. Always these weird, crazy, zany movies where Ryan Reynolds can sort of quip around a little bit, man. He's definitely making a good comeback, dude. Making some really interesting movies as of late. And Free Guy looks really fun, man. It really does. I'm definitely down for Free Guy in a big bad way. Then the next one is Wonder Woman 1984. And let me tell you something, guys. I have been waiting for this trailer as well. Let me tell you something. I consider Wonder Woman one of the best DC films of all time. I really love that movie. I think it's amazing. Outside of a couple of hiccups story-wise, and maybe the villain wasn't so great, I still think it's a really solid movie, man. And when I knew Patty Jenkins was coming back to direct and everybody was coming back in their roles, I was like, okay, I'm really psyched for this one in a big bad way. And I was like, okay, let's see what they bring. Because I thought they were going to put out the movie this year, but actually they were waiting until next year, which is fine. I have no problem with it. But once I saw the trailer, I'm like, the wait is going to be worth it, man, because I think the action here looks fantastic. With her sort of with the slow motion with her wrists, and of course with the whip. And, you know, see, there's two questions that I have that I'm not sure how this movie's going to answer it. One is, how are they going to do the whole thing with Cheetah? Are they going to do good with Cheetah, or are they going to do bad with her? Because they have a potential to not do great with this character, and they have potential to be really good. I think making it in the 80s gives them an advantage to go a little more cheesier and ridiculous. I just don't know how they're going to pull off Cheetah. Not sure about that one. And also Steve Trevor, man. Steve Trevor. You know, he had a great send-off in the first Wonder Woman, and why are we bringing him back now? You know, Patty Jenkins has come out in an interview and said that it's not a cheat. It's not anything like that. That, you know, it's a genuine return for the character, and they're not going to cheat it in any way. And I'm like, you better be damn sure, Patty, because he had a great death scene, a great send-off. To bring that character back, kind of, to me, it feels like a cheat. I could be wrong, guys, but to me it feels very like, kind of like, oh, we're just bringing him back because the fans liked it and we're just doing some half-ass reason. I hope I'm wrong. But outside of that, I think the story looks really cool. I like seeing her in the 80s with sort of the hair and the bold colors, and I think it looks really cool, man. So for me, I'm looking forward to this next one. I really hope it hits it out of the park in a big bad way, dude. I really honestly do. And then the last, there was a lot of trailers, guys. The last being Ghostbusters Afterlife. Now, let me tell you something, guys. I was really worried about this movie because, you know, the sort of remake, reboot that came out really didn't do a service to the Ghostbusters. They really didn't, man. The comedy wasn't good. I felt the chemistry wasn't really there. I really felt like they really didn't learn from what Ghostbusters was. And I didn't think that it worked very well. And so I thought, well, we're just not going to get anything else with Ghostbusters, and that's it, man. And then I hear this is coming out, and I'm like, wow, okay, that's really cool. So I got to admit, guys, I think the trailer looks great. It reminds me of sort of, you know, and I know this is a bone of contention with a lot of you guys, because that it reminds you of Stranger Things, and you don't like that because you're like, why does everything have to be like Stranger Things now? And I get it, I understand it, and you're not wrong, guys. But I think this works in this of like sort of the grandchildren, and they don't know about their grandfather sort of ghost busting and what he did, and they find the car and they sort of become the next generation of Ghostbusters. I am worried though about, I hope they don't go too far into maybe Stranger Things territory and still bring it back into the Ghostbusters realm, but at the same time I think it could fit really nicely. And also, I will say that this movie is going to be directed by Jason Reitman, which is the son of Ivan Reitman, who directed the other two Ghostbusters movies. So it's a really great continuity of family. It's a great continuity of keeping it with sort of the Reitman name and continuing it. And also, I heard that Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson and Bill Murray, Sigourney Weaver, Annie Potts, they're all back. They're all doing a role in the movie, which is really cool, as their original characters, which is really awesome also. And I got to admit, the trailer got me when sort of the whole speech by Venkman is in there, and you see sort of the old school car and sort of the old school ghost busting effects, and you kind of see Slimer, and you might see like maybe one of the sort of like demon dogs in there as well. I think it looks really cool, man. I think it has the potential to be really great, but it also has the potential to not work out either. This movie's a gamble, but I will tell you, I was convinced by the trailer. And also, let's be honest, Paul Rudd is in this motherfucker. And you know what? Anything with Paul Rudd, I am giving a chance to in a big bad way, guys. So for me, I'm on board with this one, but I am a little bit hesitant, but I hope it works out in a big bad way. Guys, let me know what you think of all the trailers that came out this week. There's a ton of them that came out. It was sort of a trailer bonanza of a week for sure, guys. Let me know what you think of all those trailers. And in the meantime, let's head into the beast and see what Best Buy has in store for us this week. Alright guys, we are in at Best Buy here, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the DVD of It Chapter 2 for $17.99. They have the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $24.99. They have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $29.99. They also have this only at Best Buy 4K Ultra HD digital of the 2 film collection. And this is exclusive at Best Buy because this is the only one of them that has the 2 film collection in 4K. And actually, I really like that cover, man. The cover is really cool, sort of Pennywise's face like that, looking very sinister and evil. Not bad, man. They definitely have that, but I hate to say it, guys, they do not have the Steelbook here. It's $34.99, but they do not have the exclusive Best Buy Steelbook. I wish they did, but unfortunately they must have sold out, at least over here. But we'll definitely keep on looking and see if they have any more somewhere else. But hate to admit it, they don't got any over on this end, guys. And you know, interestingly enough, see, this movie, the director sort of came out and ended up saying that before the movie came out that he actually is interested in doing an It Chapter 3 that would end up actually sort of delving into Pennywise's origin story. And I kind of thought to myself, like, why do we need an It Chapter 3? Like, you know, he's like, well, we're delving into Pennywise's origin. I'm like, you don't need to delve into Pennywise's origin. They pretty much did that in It Chapter 2. You really don't need a third film to explain it. And he also talked about that they're going to do a sort of mashup of It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2 into this sort of really long movie, like a 4 or 5 hour movie with like extra scenes that they didn't put into either of the movies. And I'm like, why, man? I mean, you don't need it. And I think that's the problem. Like, they want to literally like milk everything out of this franchise that they possibly can do, guys. And it really sucks, man. It really honestly does, because I just don't see what's the point. I mean, do you guys want it in Chapter 3? I mean, I really don't. I mean, I like It Chapter 2. I think It Chapter 2 is good. I still do recommend it to you guys, but honestly, I could have ended at It Chapter 1 and I would have been fine with that. I didn't need an It Chapter 2, essentially. It's really tough, man, when to sort of say goodbye to something. You know, nowadays, if something is successful, everybody wants to milk it like crazy, and with horror, it feels like they just don't let things go. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of really great adaptations of Stephen King's work still to be done. You know, let's have Pennywise rest. We don't need to have any more of Pennywise, especially when I think you've milked it enough as you possibly can. I would be interested to see another sort of It movie, maybe 20 or 30 years later, when, you know, technology is different and you could tell another story with different technology. I'd like to see it then, but outside of that, can't say I would really be interested in seeing another Pennywise movie. I love Bill Skarsgård in it. I love a lot of the actors here. They're definitely giving it their all. It's a decent horror movie, but at the end of the day, guys, it's all she wrote. You don't really need anything more, man. I mean, definitely let me know what you guys think. Do you think they should do another one? Do you think they should put out a Blu-ray that's, you know, combining It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2? I mean, like I said, I don't think we really need it. You get enough story with 1 and 2. You don't need another movie that combines 1 and 2 together with extra scenes. You don't need an It Chapter 3. I feel now with Stephen King, like, we're in a Stephen King renaissance, but I feel in some ways we're sort of milking Stephen King for all it's worth, and maybe some of it doesn't need to be made. You know, I mean, there's some things like on Netflix, like there's that Netflix movie In the Tall Grass, which I haven't seen, but somebody told me that it's really boring. And they're like, yeah, that didn't need to be made. And it's like, we're just making any Stephen King film that we can possibly make because why the hell not? It's supposed to make money. Sometimes you have to adapt the right property in order to make it successful. And not every Stephen King film, or book, I should say, is worth making a movie out of. That's just my opinion, guys. Definitely let me know what you think. And you get here a documentary, The Summers of It, Chapter 1, You'll Float 2, and Chapter 2, It Ends. So actually a documentary on both of the making of both of those films. That's interesting. Behind-the-scenes featurettes, and a commentary by Andy Muschietti, which Andy Muschietti is a good director. I like him. He directed Mama, which Mama's not bad. I think these are better films, but he's a director that I think I like to see him outside of the sort of It property and see what he does next. I am very interested to see it. I think the first one is better than the second one. I felt like there was kind of pressure on him in the second one to sort of maintain the horror aspect and maintain sort of the successfulness, and he didn't quite pull it off, but I think he still did a good job under the circumstances, honestly. And I do think the adult stuff here is better than the adult stuff in the TV miniseries. I mean, definitely let me know what you guys think, though. Then over here, guys, I'm seeing they have Family Guy Season 17 for $17.99. And there's not much more to say about this, but I am actually curious about your guys' opinion. What is the better animated TV show? Is it The Simpsons? Is it Family Guy? Or is it South Park? Now, I know it's kind of tough to compare because they're all really different experiences in a lot of ways, but I mean, I guess you could kind of compare Family Guy to Simpsons, but not really to South Park. To me, I haven't really watched much of any of them, but I would say my favorite probably has to be South Park, because South Park really just does some really weird and perverse and demented stuff at times, and you're just like, wow, dude, they actually get away with this shit? Like, that's crazy, man. I mean, I think I also have to give it to The Simpsons because of just the longevity of the show and the fact that they're still around to this day, and just how much they've had to go through with, like, you know, different voice actors and, you know, the changing of the times and politics and everything, and the fact that Simpsons has still survived to this day, that's crazy, man. It really has. And I think that you can say the same for Family Guy. That Family Guy has sort of went out of its way to do some really unique and interesting stuff, you know, and sometimes pushing the boundaries as well. I've always loved how they've sort of spoofed pop culture in a lot of ways. So, to me, you know, I think all three definitely has their merits, but I definitely am interested to know what you guys think about this for sure, man. You get deleted scenes, this reminds me of that time, 20 years of Family Guy's greatest cutaways. You Can't Handle the Booth, alternate episode without character commentary, and a commentary on You Can't Handle the Booth. Interesting special features there, guys. They do have that. They also have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of Hustlers for $27.99, and the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $22.99. And, you know, it's kind of interesting because what is your favorite stripper movie? And I'm kind of serious, guys. What is your favorite stripper movie? Because, you know, when Nick and I were doing the review, we were talking about a few of them. Nick brought up the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, which I have seen, but it's been so many years since I've seen the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. It's been quite a while. I would also say that I really do like Striptease. I think Striptease is crazy, man. And you watch Striptease for Burt Reynolds, man, because Burt Reynolds in Striptease, man, he is one wacky motherfucker in that movie, dude. He really honestly is. And I remember when Striptease came out, and it was such a big controversy for Striptease, man. Like, everybody was like, oh my god, Demi Moore is bearing it all. And it's like, what? Like come on, man. But I had huge controversy on that one when that came out. But my favorite probably has to be Showgirls, man. I fucking love Showgirls, man. Showgirls is so ridiculous, so over the top, so fucking cheesy that you can't help but love it, man. They really just went literally balls deep on everything and just amplified it to 20. It's so crazy, dude. Like, everything with Kyle MacLachlan or all the other characters, man. I mean, that whole scene when they're in the tub and they're having sex, like, like I'm like, Jesus, man, this thing is like a fucking porn parody. It was all over the place, dude. But I really enjoyed it, man. I thought it was fun, dude. I really did, man. It's just crazy, wild, and ridiculous, and I love every goddamn minute of it. I really do, man. I mean, definitely let me know what your favorite sort of stripper movie is. This is not as wild and crazy as something like, Showgirls or Striptease or anything like that. It's definitely more of a drama sake, but honestly though, I thought they did a great job with the whole striptease stuff. I thought they really sort of respected the sort of, I guess, the art of it and everything, and just again the fact of like based on a true story, how wild the true story is, man. I mean, definitely look up the true story because it is one craziness. I mean, I looked it up, and you know how sometimes with true stories, like how the movie sometimes isn't exactly accurate. Well, here's the thing about it. I looked up the true story, and a lot of what happens in the movie actually happened in real life. The whole thing with the drugging of the guys and how they brought more sort of women in and prostitutes and how they got caught and the whole story thing, all of it, man, happened. It's just wild and crazy, dude. Some of the things that happen in real life, like you look at a movie and you're like, this can't possibly happen, and then it does, and it's ridiculous, dude. But honestly, it's a really well done movie, a really well done drama. They do really well with the stripper stuff, and seeing Jennifer Lopez in a bikini on a pole, well, let's put it this way. I'm a happy man just looking at that alone, guys. Not half bad, man. The only stuff you get here, you get trailers and a feature commentary with the director, which is interesting because it's a female director, so she definitely did more of the sort of female empowerment stuff. And, she didn't shy away from doing sort of the stripper angle and putting females in like slinky stuff. So she definitely knew what kind of movie she was making, man. Very interesting indeed, man. Definitely watch Hustlers, man. It was just a wild movie, dude, especially the true story aspects. Really wild indeed, man. Not half bad, guys. Well, unfortunately, we didn't get to see the Steelbook, but apparently it's really popular, man. All right, well, let's see what else they've got to show off. Alright guys, we're on the other side of the new release section, and the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the DVD of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for $19.99, the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $22.99, they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $27.99, and we do get to see the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood Steelbook, the 4K Blu-ray digital for $32.99 right here. This is not bad, actually. This is not bad Steelbook. You got sort of the neon for the character names, and of course their profiles right there. Not too bad, actually. Not bad at all. I actually prefer the 4K artwork still. I just think it looks very classic and classy with the art and everything. I think it looks really great here. If I had to choose, I'd probably say my favorite is this one, and then this would probably be my second favorite, and then this is very generic. I'd probably say that is definitely my least favorite for sure, guys. But definitely let me know which one is your favorite out of all of these ones. And, a while back, Quentin Tarantino ended up saying, hey, I'm doing a total of 10 films. And after my 10th film, that's it. I'm not doing any more movies. I'm gonna retire after my 10th film. And so now it's sort of a question of what's going to be the 10th Quentin Tarantino film. What is actually going to be that? Because there were a lot of rumors at one point of him doing an R-rated Star Trek movie, and I know those rumors have not been completely debunked yet, but that would just be weird for his 10th and final one. Then there was talk of him doing Kill Bill 3, where sort of the little black girl is now all grown up and she comes back for revenge against Uma Thurman. There's that too. So there's that, but I don't know if he would do that. I mean, maybe it would be kind of interesting for him to pull that off, but for his 10th and final film, I don't really see that happening. Then sort of Quentin Tarantino came out and he said that he would like to do a horror movie. And I gotta tell you guys, I would love to see Quentin Tarantino do a full-on R-rated horror film. I would love to see that as sort of his 10th and final film. Like, I think that would be really cool. He's actually, I know, a big fan of the horror genre, so he really does like it a lot. So I am kind of curious of him doing that. I'm kind of curious, what do you think he should do? I mean, regardless, and I know I said it earlier that I'm more of a fan of early Tarantino than later, but he makes a lot of really eclectic movies, man, and I think he's going to be one of those really unique and interesting filmmakers that you're going to study years from now that really took some bold choices and always did his own thing. He never went by what Hollywood wanted, he went by what he wanted. And I really do appreciate him as a filmmaker. Even though I don't agree with everything he's done, I really appreciate him as a writer and appreciate him as a director and what he's been able to accomplish in Hollywood. You know, I may not always like his stuff, but I can always say that he's definitely a unique filmmaker that deserves a lot of respect in Hollywood, for sure, man. You get Quentin Tarantino's love letter to Hollywood, Bob Richardson for the love of film, Shop Talk, The Cars of 1969, Restoring Hollywood, the production design of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and the fashion of 1969, plus 7 additional scenes as well. Not bad, man. Some good special features here. I know Quentin Tarantino doesn't do a lot of commentaries, and I would love to see him do commentaries on his movies. He's a lot like Steven Spielberg. I mean, he's done more commentaries than Spielberg has, obviously, but I would love for him to do more commentaries on his work, sort of explain what he wants out of his movies and why he chose certain things. I am sort of curious. I would love to see him do more commentaries in the future, but unfortunately we don't get one here. Still a worthy movie, just a little bit too much excess and a lot of unneeded stuff, but still a very unique film. And if you're a fan of Quentin Tarantino, then it's one definitely worth checking out, guys. Not half bad for sure, man, and not bad selection. Let's see if they got anything else. Alright, guys, we are over in this area of Best Buy, and I hate to say it, guys, but yeah, no 4K Ultra HD Steelbook here. They do not have it. The only at Best Buy exclusive. It is sold out over there and sold out over here as well. For a movie that got a lot of mixed responses, the Steelbook is really popular, man, for some wild reason, man. I will say this much, guys. Look on eBay, and I truly mean that. Look on eBay, guys, because something tells me that this is one of those Steelbooks, and I've told you guys in the past, there is certain Steelbooks out there that these eBay sellers, they just have, and they buy a bunch of them and they sell them for higher prices. And I just have a feeling that the It Chapter 2 one is one of those Steelbooks. I don't know for sure, but something tells me, dude. So definitely look that up. I may be wrong, but something tells me that I'm not, guys. But definitely let me know about that one. Also over here, I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray of Badland for $14.99 right here. And not much more to say about this, but honestly, guys, yeah, it looks like an interesting Western, but I'm just turned off by Trace Atkins, man. I mean, Billy Ray Cyrus wasn't available, or, you know, Willie Nelson, or Garth Brooks. We had to get Trace Atkins. Okay, I just don't really have any love for Trace Atkins, and I don't see the point why he's even in this, but that's just me, guys. Again, it looks really interesting, but yeah, I'm gonna pass on it. They had to get him for a lead role, really. Couldn't find anybody else? Whatever. Is it just me, guys? Definitely tell me it's not just me. You get here the making of Badland, interviews with cast and crew, and theatrical trailer as well. Not bad there, guys. You also have over here the DVD of The Orville, the complete second season, for $17.99 right here. And, you know, it's kind of interesting because some people have actually talked to me and said that they prefer The Orville over Star Trek Discovery. They actually do. They think The Orville actually feels more like Star Trek than Star Trek Discovery does, which is wild to me, man. And I think it all comes down to sort of Seth MacFarlane as a fanboy of Star Trek and really loves the original stuff and really wanted to get that same vibe. I think that's pretty much the reason why. But it's kind of interesting because it's kind of like a space comedy, and we don't really get that very much. I know Steve Carell is doing a space comedy for Netflix sometime soon, but that's a rarity, just kind of like the Orville. So it's sort of in a league of their own, I guess. Very interesting. Are they getting a third season? Because it doesn't really say whether they are or not. Definitely let me know, guys, if you think it's worth it. They got deleted scenes, character recaps, gag reel, and the Orville at Comic-Con 2019. Very interesting, guys, there. They also have the 19th season of The Simpsons for $37.99 right here. Very interesting, man. Look, Homer being very happy. Nice, man. Now, I know Disney Plus has all of the Simpsons episodes on their platform, and I'm kind of curious, guys, like, what do you think about that? Are you getting rid of your physical media of The Simpsons? Are you just streaming all the episodes? Because there are actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's a lot of seasons of The Simpsons that have not hit physical media yet. I know my friend Ron really loves The Simpsons, and he's bought a lot of the seasons, but there's some that have not hit, and he's kind of pissed that it's taken a long time for a lot of these seasons to get on physical media, whereas with Disney Plus, they have them all right there available. So I'm kind of curious what you guys think about that. Why it's taken so long to get these on DVD, and of course, now that Disney Plus has it all, do you just get rid of this stuff and go full on digital, or do you keep your physical media of The Simpsons? Definitely let me know what you guys think on that one. You have audio commentary, the plea for sanity, special language feature. Okay, not bad. Special features, not a lot, but a little bit. But I'm very curious to know what you guys think about that one. They also over here have the Blu-ray digital of Lucky Day for $14.99. Now, this movie is actually directed by Roger Avary. Now, it's kind of very unique because I was looking up Roger Avary, and he co-wrote Pulp Fiction, and that was a huge hit, huge phenomenon, got a lot of exposure. He did The Rules of Attraction, which I really like The Rules of Attraction, man. I mean, it's not for everybody, but I absolutely really enjoyed it, dude. I thought it was really great. A movie not many people talk about, but they really should. And then he sort of wrote Beowulf and a few other things, and then he went to jail. He sort of went to jail on a manslaughter charge, and he went to jail for a while and then hit sort of probation. And then after that, I think he sort of got out and made this movie, and then something happened and he went back to jail. He's had sort of a wild ride as sort of a person in Hollywood, sort of rising to the highest of fames with Pulp Fiction and then going to the lowest of lows and going to prison. It's a crazy story of this guy, man. I mean, I like a lot of his work, a lot of the stuff he's written, but he hasn't done much of it. And I think just because he's gotten in so much trouble in his life and has been a very critical guy a lot of times against Hollywood, I think they've kind of shunned him quite a bit. But I see a movie like Lucky Day and it looks interesting. It almost looks like something that a Tarantino might do, actually. So him and Tarantino have sort of the same sensibilities a lot of times. But I mean, the movie does look interesting. I'm not gonna lie though. And no special features. That's a shame. Of that. They also have the Cotton Club Encore, the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital for $14.99. And I was thinking about this because this movie is really underrated in Francis Ford Coppola's career as a director. And I'm kind of curious what you guys think are other underrated movies of his, because I was thinking about a few, like things like Peggy Sue Got Married, which not many people really talk about. I think that's a really great movie, man. A young Nicolas Cage in that one as well. Very weird hair in that one, dude. I was also thinking of Tucker, the Man in His Dream, which I think that's a really good one, man, with Jeff Bridges. A really great true story one, which, again, that doesn't get a lot of love either. And then I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of The Rainmaker with Matt Damon. That's a really great one. I think that one's phenomenal. Matt Damon and Danny DeVito sort of taking on this case and he's a lawyer straight out of, you know, school and everything, and Mickey Rourke is in it as well, and he's got to take on this big case and try to beat the big corporation. And it's a really fascinating movie, dude, and not many people talk about that one. I really love that. I saw that one in the theater, and I fell in love with it immediately, dude. I thought it was great. So it's kind of interesting because we always talk about, you know, Apocalypse Now and the Godfather stuff and Bram Stoker's Dracula, and I mean those movies, and they're all good. But it's kind of interesting, you know, you look at a director like Francis Ford Coppola, and there's so many movies that he's done which are just as good, but sometimes don't get a lot of love, man. And I think The Cotton Club is definitely one of them, man. I really honestly do. You get an introduction to the Cotton Club Encore by Francis Ford Coppola and the Cotton Club Encore Q&A. Very interesting, man. Yeah, definitely look up Francis Ford Coppola and all of the movies he's done, and you'll find a lot of underrated gems in there. And a lot of movies that you might not have wanted to give a chance to, but I'm curious to see if you guys do. Things like The Cotton Club and Rainmaker and Peggy Sue Got Married and a bunch of other ones. They're movies that are just as good but don't get a lot of notice, and they really should, man. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD of Freaks for $16.99. And I really, honestly, guys, can't say enough good things about this. I really honestly can't, man. It's a really fantastic and interesting movie that reminds me almost like a horror version of what sort of an X-Men movie would be. This girl with special powers and how the government is hunting her down, and she has to fight for her freedom, and, you know, who she can trust and who she can't. Like, that's what really intrigues me, man. And I think this is a phenomenal movie. I honestly do. And I would actually love to see this film get a sequel, because a lot of times with these type of movies, you know, you have to set up the world and you have to set up the people and the powers and everything. And in the second movie, you can just sort of kind of go wild, dude. And I would love to see a sequel where they just go crazy wild with this thing, with the superpowers, and go nuts. I would love to see that, dude. I don't know if they ever will, but I would love to see it, man. And I'm actually surprised how good this movie came out. And the reason why I say that is because one of the directors, because this is a co-directed movie, one of the directors actually, he directed Leprechaun Origins, that really terrible Leprechaun movie that is sort of god-awful. And I'm really surprised that Freaks is as good as it is, but it honestly is, man. Not bad at all. Definitely worth checking out, guys. You get director commentary, behind the scenes, and trailers. Not too much, but for $16.99, dude, definitely give it a chance. Well worth it, dude, honestly. And then one more thing to show off here, and I had to show it off, guys, and that is, bam, look at this thing, dude. The Phantasm Sphere Collection here for $99.99, $100, dude. This thing is fantastic. Look at this sucker, dude. Oh man, look at that right there, man, with the ball there and the cool, like, sort of Phantasm collection on the side of it. Oh, look at the side. Oh, that is so awesome with that artwork. Nice. And look, it kind of shows off everything that it has in there. Includes blades and base, pot holder inside. Oh, look at that. Nice. You get all 5 of the Phantasm films and a bonus disc as well. Oh, that's awesome, dude. God, that is glorious. Look at that. Nice. That is amazing. And you want to know what, dude? I am a huge fan of the Phantasm series. I honestly am, guys. I am a huge, gigantic fan of the Phantasm series. I think it's a really great series, minus the 5th film that I'm not a huge fan of, but I still love most of the movies. I got to meet a lot of the actors and Don Coscarelli, and they're just a really great bunch of people. I already have that box set that I got a while back that you guys have seen for quite a while in sort of the videos. So I don't know if I would get something like this, since I already have the box set and that's signed by pretty much most of the cast and the director. But honestly, man, this is amazing. And if you are a fan of Phantasm and you don't own any of the Phantasm collection yet, this might be worth a purchase, guys. This is really amazing, dude. And it's just sort of just cool to have a Phantasm ball in your home, right? Like, it's just really awesome to have the blades on it, and just, like, you know, and just tell somebody it could attack you at any moment and come alive. Like, oh, it's so awesome. God, this is really fantastic, dude. This is amazing, man. Oh, really fantastic, dude. I am jealous for anybody that gets this for sure, man. I already have my box set that I got, and I'm very happy with it. But if I didn't have that, this would be a buy for sure, man. That is absolutely awesome, dude. Not bad at all, man. And not bad selection this week, man. Quite a lot of cool stuff came out this week. I do apologize about the Steelbook, guys. I really wish I could have shown it off, but something tells me it's going to be sold out at quite a few places. And like I said, check eBay, because you might be surprised. All right, guys, let's head out. I wish, guys, I wish I would have shown off the Steelbook to you guys. I really do apologize. I honestly do, man. I was thinking Best Buy was going to carry a lot of the Steelbook because it's a huge popular movie. It was in theaters. It made a lot of money. You would think you would actually see a lot of it here, but I'm finding that with certain Steelbooks, Best Buy carries a lot, and then there's certain Steelbooks where they don't. And I was actually talking to a Best Buy employee who showed me actually one of the It Chapter 2 Steelbooks, and he said that's right now over here in the pre-order section. So a lot of people actually pre-ordered it, and they ended up just having to set aside a certain amount for the pre-orders as well. So they probably didn't have much to begin with, and then people obviously took it in a big bad way as well. And I was really surprised that we didn't end up seeing a sort of display for It Chapter 2 as well. That was really weird. I thought we would see one here at Best Buy, but we didn't see that as well. It's kind of crazy, man. I thought we would see that, but outside of that, we saw some really unique and interesting titles, a few exclusives, a lot of really interesting selection and variety. So it wasn't bad here at Best Buy, and honestly, it really wasn't bad at all the places. There was a lot of cool stuff definitely to check out for sure, man. Not have bad here at all. All right, well, let's head out. All right, everybody, we are not done with the video yet because, okay, look, I was not planning to come back here anytime soon, at least for the moment, but I heard that they got even more stock in, which is crazy because I thought we wouldn't see much more than we already have, but apparently not, because they got in about 5 or so more boxes. So, yeah, that's right, guys. I am back at the Dollar Tree location, man. They got 5 more boxes of physical media. I don't know what we're gonna see here. Crazy B movies, some more Blu-ray, some more Hollywood titles. I don't know what we're gonna find, but I'm definitely interested to find out. Let's go in and check out the Dollar Tree one more time. All right, guys, we are in at the Dollar Tree here, and I believe the 5 boxes are the ones right down here. I think the upper ones there are the ones that we saw before, the older ones. But the fact that they got these 5 newer, like sort of bins for the movies, if you think about it, the last time this thing was jam-packed full of movies and they only had like 4 little things left of it. That's crazy, man. I think the 4 are here, so we're gonna go through the 4 of these and see what they have. So let's start picking. All right, let's start digging, guys. We've got the Batman Superman movie and Batman versus Dracula feature like the really, I have never heard of that. Huh. No, man, I've never heard of that at all. I never thought Batman would ever be fighting Dracula. Well, I guess that makes sense. He's a Batman versus Dracula, which is like a bad guy. Okay, I guess that makes sense. But no, I've never heard of this one. Cool, like double feature DVD. That's interesting. They got Arlstein's Mostly Ghostly from the creators of Goosebumps. Oh, it's got Bella Thorne in it. That's interesting. You know, didn't Bella Thorne just direct her like first movie, and wasn't it like a porno? It was like a porno, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was a porno or something. That's weird, man. Let's see what else you got. Tomorrow You're Gone, Focus, Something borrowed. The Legend of Awesomus Maximus. National Lampoons, okay. It's Kristana Logan? Rip Torn? Oh, this is one of those kind of spoofs. Yeah, look at that. Some guys are just awesomer. Oh, God, give me a break. This probably looks like a really lame spoof movie, guys. God damn, man. You know what, man? I used to really love National Lampoon stuff back in the day, but, dude, they went down the shitter in a big bad way, man. They really have, dude. Awesomeness Maximus. This looks really crappy. I mean, let me know what you guys think, but, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, that does not look good at all, man. Yeesh. Oh, The Neverending Story 2. Nice. I really love The Neverending Story 2. My mother used to have, like, The Neverending Story and The Neverending Story 2 on VHS. Those were good times, man. It doesn't get a lot of love compared to the original. I mean, the original's better, I'm not gonna lie, but I like this one, though. God, it's been so long since I watched it, man, but I remember sort of the rock monster and everything like that, and I just remember just really loving it. Thought it was a really great sort of imaginative movie. I did really like this one, man. I thought that was good, honestly. Let's see what else they got here. They got Transcendence, Run All Night. Whoa, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time. Nice. Look at that, man. I used to have the VHS of this a long time back. Man, that takes me back. You know, out of the three of them, I probably like the first the best, and then the second, and then this one. This was when they sort of went back in time to, like, feudal Japan, and they were kind of shocked because they're turtles and they're fighting, and there's this whole, like, war, and they've got to stop it, and, you know, reverse time and everything like that, or something like that, some weird shit. It was okay, but it was not as good, and it felt kind of lacking. But when I was a kid, I really enjoyed this movie. Probably if I watched it now, I probably wouldn't enjoy it so much, but there's something about the cheesiness of the movie that probably I still like in some weird way, but that's kind of crazy to see here at the Dollar Tree for $1, man. Especially on Blu-ray. If you like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, why the hell not, man? Let's see what else they got. Her, Wonder Diviner, Inherent Vice, Gallows, The Valley of Ella, Son of Batman, which I believe we saw before. Area 407. Look at that. The plane crash was just the beginning. Look at that. Man, you better run, motherfucker. Like, that thing's gonna kill your ass. Oh my god, man. Look at that. Dude. That looks interesting. What the hell is this about? They lurk in the dark. When a fight goes down a flight goes on, the survivors awake to find themselves crash landing in the wilderness. Oh man, dude. It kind of looks kind of cheesy fun. Kind of like a plane crash meets sort of Jurassic Park type of movie. It's probably really shitty though. But I like the cover, man. The cover looks cool. Huh. Let's see. Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry right there. Superman, Supervillains, Worlds at War. Scooby-Doo, Winter Wonder Dog. Okay. Christmas Bounty with The Miz, less said the better. Necessary Evil, Supervillains of DC Comics. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. Experience the icons that forged. Huh. I gotta tell you, man, DC has some really great villains, dude. I think the DC villains clearly outrival Marvel, but that's just my thing, man. I clearly think they do, but that's just me, dude. But they have some iconic ones, dude. That's pretty cool. Let's see. They got Justice League Doom, a 2-disc special edition animated original movie. Nice. That looks cool, man. You know, there's so many of these animated DC Universe movies that I probably will never get a chance to watch. There's just so many of them. I honestly can't keep up, but, those look cool, though. Let's see. Here is George. The Hurt Locker. A Walmart one for $4.98. That's great. And they got it here at the Dollar Tree for $1. That's awesome. Oh man. Then the Easter Story. The Land Before Time. My God, dude. I know this is not the original one, but I grew up with the original one, and I love that so much. I never really watched any of the spin-off stuff, but that first one, though, I really do like, man. Pottersville. For Richer or Poorer. A WW Action Collection, which got the reunion with John Cena, Inside Out with Triple H. I didn't even know he made an action movie. You've got, really, The Edge made one? Bending the Rules, and then, of course I've heard of No Holds Barred, man. No Holds Barred is classic. But the other ones I have never heard of, man. No, I never heard. I didn't even know that The Edge and Triple H ever made action movies. But they're, after sort of the Rock became successful, I think they tried to get everybody into the whole, like, action movie realm. And the only one that really broke out after that was really John Cena, I would say. But No Holds Barred, dude, No Holds Barred is classic. Dude, if, like, the one to buy out of this whole thing is clearly No Holds Barred, dude. If you had never seen No Holds Barred, it's fucking fantastic, man. Never heard about the other ones. Probably not worth it, but No Holds Barred, dude. That is worth it. They get a 2 DVD set of the Beverly Hillbillies. This is the TV show. Huh. I don't know. It's got like 18 episodes. That's interesting. Long before Beverly Hills 90210. Yeah. Beverly Hillbillies. I used to watch some of the show, but I more actually like the movie than anything else. Interesting. I'm Entourage the movie. Curious George 2-pack. There's George Dance Party. Dance. That's what it say. Okay. Some Kind of Hate, which you may have seen before. A vicious, poignant new take on the supernatural thriller. Maybe not. Relentless bullying has turned Lincoln's life into a nightmare. Huh. Looks interesting. They also have Stuck. I believe we saw this one before at some point. I believe we did. Looks kind of interesting, actually. Stuck. They've also got the Shadow Effect. Another one from Walmart. Yeah, nice. With Jonathan Rhys-Meyers and Cam Gigandit. I can never get his last name right, dude. The Truth Lies Between. I like both of the actors. They're not bad. Obsessed with gene regeneration. Huh. A cool little sci-fi movie. Not half bad. I never saw it at Walmart, I don't think. I mean, for $1, it was $5. So for $1, I guess you can't go wrong. They're stealing Walmart's thunder, baby. So they got this here. I'm kind of taking the ones down on the bottom and I'm kind of propping them up to kind of see what they have here. So let's see the next box. On to the next box, guys, and of course we start with Bullet to the Head, which I know I showed you guys in the Dollar Tree video, but I really like this one by Stallone, man. It's not the best Stallone one, but honestly, it's better than a lot of the other action movies he's been doing lately, and I think he's jacked in here, dude. Jason Momoa is great as the bad guy. I like Stallone's sort of back and forth with sort of the Asian cop. I thought it was not bad, really. I actually really enjoyed it, man. Definitely something you guys got to give more love to. Let's see. Gallows. World at War. Batman versus Two-Face. Batman Bad Blood. I love that cover, man. Look at that cover, dude. God, that cover looks so iconic and badass, man. God. That looks really friggin' awesome. Damn, it looks cool. El Cantante, which, by the way, as I talked to you guys earlier with Jennifer Lopez, like I said, she's made some iffy choices, to be honest with you. Some stuff that I thought was good and other stuff that was really sort of crappy. But she's sort of getting back into her sort of groove again, but it's taken a while, man. But it's movies like this that kind of drowned her career, I think. But it's kind of see nice doing better projects. But I hope she keeps up with it and doesn't do any more crap like El Cantante, which I'm pretty sure is not good, guys. Batman versus Robin, Casual Vacancy, Merry Friggin' Christmas. Joel McHale, Oliver Platt, Candice Bergen, Robin Williams. This Christmas is No Vacation. I never heard of this one. I can't say that I've seen all of Robin Williams stuff, but I have a feeling Robin Williams isn't in this very much. It's more of like the Joel McHale show than anything else. Family, Friends, and Chaos. Maybe. There's not a lot of Christmas movies that I really like, and a lot of the new ones don't really do it for me, so probably something I would pass on, guys. Jingle All the Way 2. Rise of the Empire. Homesman, Wild Deep. Oh, Cell. The Blu-ray digital, nice. God, I didn't mind Cell. I kind of liked it, honestly. It's not really the greatest Stephen King adaptation, but I really enjoyed it, actually. I know a lot of people crapped on the movie, but I thought Samuel L. Jackson was really good in it. I like John Cusack a lot. See, everybody had said a lot of really bad things about the movie, so I went into it thinking to myself it was going to be crap. But honestly, it was really good. I was actually surprised by it. I honestly was, man. Not bad, actually. Here's George. One Life. Daniel Craig. Journey to the Center of the Earth. Dr. Foster. Looks kind of interesting. Foster, actually. Royal Adventure. Batman Dark Justice. Not bad. They got that. Sharp. Justice League Action. Justice League Gods and Monsters right there. Into the Storm. Nice. Honestly, I thought Into the Storm was just okay. Some good visual effects, but I didn't really like the story. And, for something like these disaster movies, man, I gotta hand it to you. The best person that's done those is Roland Emmerich, dude. He does great disaster movies. I mean, some of them are really crappy, but I really like them. It's hard to do good disaster movies. It really is, man. This wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but I wasn't in love with it, though. Running Story 2, Veronica Mars, SSGB, Entourage the movie. Interesting selection. I do have to admit that I was kind of shocked to see Cell here. That's really interesting, man. I was not expecting to see Cell. And by the way, guys, kind of interesting, without being another sort of Stephen King adaptation, it's like I said, with sort of it's a good adaptation. It's not great. It has its problems, but as I said earlier, it depends on who sort of does the adaptation to make it worth it. Like I said, I really thought this one was good, but then again, could it have been done better? Maybe with a bigger budget, but there's certain Stephen King ones that I still enjoy regardless, and I think Cell is going to be one of those ones that I like regardless of what people think. That's just me, though, man. Interesting, not a ton of selection in this box. Let's see what the other boxes have in store. On to the next box, guys, with Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, which I'm still not a big fan of it. I know some of you have really liked it, but I'm not a fan of it. I just don't know. I wasn't big into it. They have the first 300 movie. Nice. I know we've seen 300 Rise of an Empire, which I know a lot of you guys have told me to definitely check out. A lot of you guys have said it's actually really good. The first 300, outside of Gerard Butler, and Gerard Butler is actually really cool in it, I'm not a big fan of 300. I never really got into it. It wasn't a thing that I really enjoyed. you know, sort of that sword and sandal type of movie. It was more badass and very stylized, and I really did enjoy it for to a certain extent, but I didn't outright love it like everybody else did, though. That's why I kind of stayed away from 300 Rise of the Empire, but everybody tells me to definitely check that one out, so I definitely have to do it, but that's really cool to find the Blu-ray of 300 in here. Kevin Hart, I'm a Grown Little Man, very nice. Transcendence, Batman Unlimited, Max vs. Mutants, original movie. No, I've never heard of this one. Look at that. What the hell is this, dude? Bigger, badder, and robotic. That looks really cool, man. No, I've never heard of that. Huh. That looks interesting, man. I know a lot of you guys are huge into, like, the DC animated stuff. Have you guys heard of this one? Definitely let me know. DC Heroes, Supergirls, Hot Pursuit. Oh, yeah, I'm not a fan of Hot Pursuit, man. I really don't like this movie. I really don't, dude. Reese Witherspoon is... I like Reese Witherspoon. She's a good actress, but this one is a really bad sort of female comedy, man. Sofia Vergara, I just don't like, dude. I just think she's garbage of an actress. I can see why this is a dollar, though. Trust me. Ignite Intensity, Into the Storm, Soul Kittens Cabaret with Fantasia Faith Evans. That's interesting. Really? Grown Ups 2. Oh my god. I remember seeing Grown Ups 2 in the theater with Bob, and I really don't like this movie, man. And that's being nice. That's being kind. I really hate this movie, dude. You know, the first Grown Ups movie, I actually kind of like, to be honest with you. I kind of actually enjoy it. It's not terrible. It's got its moments, but the second one, I don't know, the second one just was really more like spoofy and really didn't have much of a story to it, to be honest with you. And honestly, I just really didn't like it all that much. I don't know, man. Like, this is one of those ones where Sandler sort of gets all his friends together and they make a lot of money and do a movie and just don't really care. You know, dude, like I said, the first Grown Ups I like, but outside of that one, this one was an embarrassment, dude. Ooh, yeah, I really didn't care for this one at all. If you guys did, definitely let me know, though. Yeah, that one's... I consider Grown Ups 2 hot garbage. I really do, man. Gallows, Fireplace, and Mellies for the Holidays. Entourage the Movie, Intensity, Run All Night, Christmas Bounty, only at Walmart for a limited time. Well, now it's only at the Dollar Tree for a limited time. Yep. Okay. The Secret with David Duchovny and Olivia Thirlby. Nice. Sometimes a gift can be a curse. Interesting. My girlfriend really loves David Duchovny. Well, she basically loves him because of the whole, like, X-Files thing and him being on the X-Files, and we'll usually give anything that he does a chance. I do like David Duchovny too, but outside of sort of a couple of movies, like I really like him in Evolution. I thought he was really good in there, and like him in the X-Files. There's not really much that I've really liked out of that stuff that he's done. I know he did that TV show about sort of the Manson thing, and I never got a chance to watch that, but I was really interested at the time. Interesting. Cool Blu-ray to find. Cat in the Hat and Friends. Tom and Jerry. Christian Slater and Strand. We've seen that before. Easter Story. Atletico San Pancho. What the hell? This is weird, man. Interesting little kid sort of soccer comedy with a weird cow? That's a weird one, dude. Jeez. Yeah, that's the odd one. The Young Messiah. Paper Soldiers with Jay-Z, Kevin Hart. Memphis Bleak. Young Kevin Hart, man. This was before he was like the big Kevin Hart guy. Rockefeller Films. I know they did some sort of hip-hop comedy stuff, but they didn't do a lot of it, did they? I don't think they made a lot of money, so I don't think they're in big business anymore, but I mean, they tried to do these type of movies, but I don't think they were very successful, though. Angry Birds Tunes. Sparkle. Hmm. I don't think I've seen Sparkle before. Jordan Sparks, Mike Epps, Tika Sumpter, CeeLo Green. Ooh, an interesting cast. Whitney Houston's finest actor. Oh, and Whitney's in it. Nice. I miss Whitney Houston. She was such an amazing sort of female vocal talent. God, I miss her, dude. Man, a shame she died too soon. Man, really a shame. Ninja Assassin. Bunicula? Night of the Vegetable? Really? Well, that is interesting. I've never heard of this one. Hair-raising adventure. Ooh. This looks really interesting. Never heard of this one. That's a brand new one. They have The Judge with Downey and Duvall. Not bad. I sort of like this movie. It's kind of boring. It's not really that interesting of a movie. They tried to go for a really cool dramatic punch, maybe something that could be Oscar worthy, but it didn't quite pull it off. I still like Downey in this, but it's not as good as I was hoping it was going to be, guys. I do love Downey, though, and I'll give anything that Downey does a chance, but I was hoping for better on The Judge, man. Cool to see here on Blu-ray, though. Pilates, Reebok Cardio. Oh, Dollar Tree loves their cardio. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, another one of that. And, interesting, Holiday Inn. Dude, I showed this off. Like, I showed a Blu-ray off at, I think, Target I've shown it off, at Best Buy and everything for, $10 or something. This is $1. Dude, that's awesome. And like I said to you guys before, I've never seen the movie. And for $1, I think I might have to pick this up, dude. Because I don't think I'm going to find a better price than this, man. That's nice, dude. I might have to pick this one up. Dude, I was not expecting to see Holiday Inn here. That is interesting. God, I might have to check this one out, dude, for $1. That's not bad, dude. Some interesting selection in this box. Let's see what the next box holds. And the next box holds PBS Kids Merry Christmas. Oh, My Little Pony. Nah, whatever. They have a DVD of A Christmas Carol. Looks like an animated movie with the voice talent of Tim Curry, Whoopi Goldberg, Michael York, and Ed Asner. Very interesting. I've never seen this one before. You know, I really do like sort of the Christmas Carol story, and I've seen a few adaptations. They've done a lot of live action stuff and some animated, but I've never seen this one before. I like the voice talent a lot in there. Not bad. How is this one? Let me know if you guys have seen it. It's interesting. They have The Campaign, Assassin, Warner Brothers Home Entertainment Academy Award nominated animation cinema favorites. 13 shorts restored. That looks interesting. Kung Fu Panda Holiday, Venom, a BBC Earth sort of documentary, the world's most poisonous creatures. Damn right. Hell, I wouldn't fuck with them. You have Blood of the Vikings, my favorites. Oh shit. They have stand-up guys. Nice. The Blu-ray DVD combo pack with the slip. Really cool, man. You want to know what? I already own this movie. I bought it a long time ago, but I got to admit, guys, this is a great movie, dude. Arkin and Walken and Pacino, they do a great job, man. They're having a hell of a fun time, dude. It's about sort of these old sort of mob guys who, you know, are too old for it now. They're in the retirement home and they sort of want to get back into it and they're not really succeeding all that well. It's just a really fun movie, dude. It's a fun movie. It's a little bit of a comedy, a little bit of a drama. These old actors are having a fun time playing off of one another. Oh, it's great, dude. I really love this, man. And seeing sort of Pacino and Walken together is so fantastic, man. I really love this one quite a bit. I sort of like those movies of like the old mob guys, you know, still trying to be badass but not quite succeeding. This is a good one, dude. It really honestly is. I like this one quite a bit. I'm really shocked to see it here for $1 though, and with the slip, that's a great one, man. That's a great deal. If I didn't have it already, I definitely would pick that one up. Run All Night, Angry Birds Stella, the complete second season. They actually did an Angry Birds thing, Stella. I don't even know anything about this. Then again, I'm not big into Angry Birds, so it might not be my thing, but that's interesting. Two Lovers, more Twilight, less said the better. Splinter. They also have Message from a Mistress. Interesting, with Vincent Ward. Vincent Ward, I think, was in The Walking Dead. What wasn't he? Yeah, I think he was. Through Good and Bad Times. Oh, this is one of those sort of like dramas about the family and relationships, and yeah. Tyler Perry does this type of movie all the time, man. I haven't watched a lot of Tyler Perry stuff, but he's the one that does it the best, I think, out of all of them. It doesn't look bad. I like the cover, but it doesn't wow me, though. You have Luna, Chillerama, Singularity, The Last Word, Bangkok Knockout, which I think we saw the last time. Baby Animals. All Hallows Eve is back, man. Like I said, guys, if you have not checked out All Hallows Eve, definitely do it, because it's a great sort of little horror anthology. But not only that, but it's a really great, if you're a fan of like Terrifier and Art the Clown, it's really cool to see where it all kind of started. Really great, man. He and the guy who plays Art the Clown here is not the same as the one who does it in Terrifier, but he's equally as creepy, dude. And he does an awesome job, man. This is kind of a horror anthology that I think people kind of sleep on, but they really shouldn't. It's not bad, actually. 300, The Neighbor, Batman Dark Justice, Jack the Giant Slayer 3D, not bad. Look at that. Very cool. Nice 3D release here at the Dollar Tree. It's not a bad movie. I really like Ewan McGregor in this one quite a bit. It sort of takes the Jack and the Giant Peach story and kind of spins it into this more of like action thing, but it's not bad though, but it's not great either. Then The Girl in the Photographs. That's interesting. I've heard about this movie, and somebody told me this was really good, but I've never watched it before. Brutal thriller that would make Wes Craven proud. Interesting. I've heard about this, but again, it's been so long. Like I said, I have heard good things about the movie, man. Wicked, bloody, and creepy as hell. I might have to give this one a chance. For $1, it's not bad. I have to give that one a chance. Outrage, DC Superhero Girls, and Knights of the Damned. Interesting selection in this box. Some interesting surprises. Let's see what the next box has. And what will the last box hold for us, guys? Well, we've got Looney Tunes Rabbit Run, original movie. Interesting, with Bugs and Daffy and the whole crew. I used to watch Looney Tunes stuff back in the day, a long time back, but it's been a while, man. I haven't watched Looney Tunes in a long time, man. I didn't even know they were still making original movies, unless this was a really, really old one. Interesting. They've got The F Word with Daniel Radcliffe and Adam Driver. You know what? I might have actually heard about this one, guys. I may have actually heard about this. The Dirtiest Word in Romance, Friends. You know, I may have seen an actual, trailer for this years ago with Daniel Radcliffe and how he's friends with this girl, but he really likes her and doesn't know how to break sort of that friendship bond into something more. I swear to God, I've heard about this movie before, but I never got a chance to watch it. I really do like Daniel Radcliffe, man, and outside of the Harry Potter stuff, he's done a lot of really great and interesting and unique movies, man. It's kind of interesting him doing sort of a romantic comedy type of movie, but I've heard this was actually pretty good, but I never got a chance to watch it, man. But I could have sworn I've actually seen the trailer for this. I really do love Daniel Radcliffe, man. He's sort of becoming one of those actors that I'll watch almost anything he does because he's just picked some really interesting and fascinating projects, man. He really does. Huh. Then they have America the Beautiful, which I'm assuming is a documentary on the national parks. Okay, yeah, it's more like a documentary on sort of beautiful locations, stuff like that. Huh. America the Beautiful. They got Veronica Mars. Unknown, which is not a bad Liam Neeson movie, but it's not really much of an action movie. It's more like a drama of him trying to figure out what's going on and get his memory back type of movie. You know, Taken is still the best out of all of the like Liam Neeson recent actioner stuff, but this is not bad though. I kind of like it actually. Focus, Bugs Bunny, Cupid Crusaders. Very nice for all you Bugs Bunny lovers out there. Very interesting. All About the Benjamins with Ice Cube and Mike Epps. The New Line Platinum series. Yeah, the old school Platinum series. Yeah, baby. Good times back in the day, man. You know, I saw this movie a long time ago, and it's been so long since I ever rewatched it, but I remember it being okay, but not great. I wasn't in love with the movie, to be honest with you. And I'm not really a huge fan of like Ice Cube anyways. Ice Cube is just okay of an actor. I like him in some stuff, but for the most part, I'm not a huge fan of his, man. He doesn't really do much for me. He really doesn't. It was okay. It wasn't the greatest, though. Run All Night. Monster Mayhem, right there. We saw that the last time with him riding that sort of, like, robot dinosaur. Looks cool. They got that. They have... Let's see what else they've got over here, guys. They've got... Prayer for Morning. Butterfly Sword. Numb. Girls. A 4-film collection of Puss in Boots, which doesn't look anything like Puss in Boots. Tappy Toes. Chop Kick Panda. And the Frog Prince. Oh my god, dude. This is literally the dollar equivalent of like all of those great like animated movies like Happy Feet and Kung Fu Panda and The Princess and the Frog and look at this, dude. This is really mediocre, dude. Whoa. That is crazy, man. I have never seen anything like this. This is literally like the dollar store version. That's crazy, man. This looks really cheap, really bad, dude. Wow. It looks rough, man. Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe. Which I've seen this show before, and they have some really dirty and crappy stuff, dude, that he does, man. Good show, honestly. Ballers with P. Diddy, which, okay, I'll pass. There was really only one movie with P. Diddy that I actually like, and I think that was the movie Made with Jon Favreau, which he wasn't bad in, but anything else I'm not a fan of. They also have Prototype with Christopher Plummer and David Morse. Nice, look at that, man. That's really cool. Look at that cover. That's awesome. The future is not friendly. Nice, look at that. That's really cool, man. Uncommonly riveting, superb performances. And this chilling retelling. Oh, it's sort of a retelling of Frankenstein. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. No, I've never heard of this one before. It kind of looks cool, man. Sort of a sci-fi version of the Frankenstein legend. Oh, that's interesting. Christopher Plummer and Dave Moore. That's a good cast, dude. I never heard of this one. Well, let me know if you have. That looks really cool, actually. We also have a double feature of Tom and Jerry movie, The Fast and the Fury, and Blast Off to Mars. Very interesting. Take on the Fast and Furious, obviously. Interesting Tom and Jerry double feature. Not bad. Very interesting selection. Again, some unique sort of interesting new stuff that they got in some of the boxes, guys. And a couple other things I'm noticing in some of the older boxes. And most of the older stuff is really stuff we've seen before, obviously. But there's a couple things like Clean Skin with Sean Bean, the Blu-ray DVD combo pack with the slip, which looks really interesting. And I'm like, oh, another interesting sort of action thriller with Sean Bean. I wonder if he dies like in every fucking role that he does, man. Jesus, dude. Huh. Interesting. That did look interesting. I wanted to showcase that because I'm like, I never saw that one with Sean Bean before. That looks interesting. They also have over here, they have Wrath of the Titans, which we might have seen before, but I'm not really sure. And I saw this in the movie theater with Bob, and we weren't really big fans of Wrath of the Titans. We thought Clash of the Titans wasn't bad, honestly. It was okay, but Wrath of the Titans was not really great. It felt like a very unneeded sequel. I mean, I like Ray Fiennes, I like Liam Neeson in it. Some of the cool sort of epic gods are interesting in it, but it just felt sort of a tacked on sequel that you really didn't need. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it though. Like I said, the remake to Clash of the Titans is not bad though. It really isn't, but yeah, not big fan of Wrath of the Titans. But it's cool that they do have the Blu-ray. And one other thing I was seeing over here, guys, is they did have, I can find it. Now they did have Saint Vincent, the Blu-ray here with Bill Murray and Melissa McCarthy, which is really interesting. I've never seen this movie. I remember seeing the trailers for it, and I just wasn't interested in it. It just didn't look like I was a fan or was going to be a fan of it. And honestly, at that time, I really hated Melissa McCarthy. So really anything she was in, I was actively avoiding. So I just instantly stayed away from it. But honestly, though, you know, now that I'm kind of growing a little bit more fond of Melissa McCarthy, I might go back and check a movie like this out. I mean, definitely let me know what you guys think of St. Vincent. But other than that, a lot of the same stuff here. Nothing really new in sort of the older stuff. But honestly, though, guys, they had a lot of, like, selection here, and a lot of it has like worn down quite a bit. Like I said, they do have some new stuff as well, but wow, man, that is some craziness, dude. They have a lot of very interesting stuff to check out this time around for sure, guys. Some really cool and interesting stuff. I always love checking out the Dollar Tree. Some really cool selections and an interesting out and about this week. All right, let's head out. So guys, I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting to come back to the Dollar Tree. I mean, I have been checking other stores just to see what stock they have, and they have mostly the same stuff I've seen before, but when I heard from one of the employees that told me, hey, we got in like 5 more boxes, I was like, really? I was like, okay. So I had to come back here and check it out, guys. And there was some really interesting stuff, more Blu-rays to check out, some more interesting movies, some surprises that I didn't think we were gonna see as well. You know what? You just gotta check out the Dollar Tree, man. They've got some really cool stuff, and for only $1, you really honestly can't beat it, guys. I was talking to somebody who was looking through the movies, and he kept on really like going to a ton of Dollar Trees and looking at all these movies, and he was telling me that there's like this store that he went to that still has like 30 or 40 boxes left of movies that they still haven't put out yet, and they have so much room, and it's like, wow, like there's just, I'm like, this is kind of crazy. You don't see this type of sale at the Dollar Tree all the time, man. How much variety of movies and the selection and just how much we're seeing is craziness, guys. So this was really cool to check out the Dollar Tree yet again, and some really cool titles, guys. Hope you guys are definitely getting up on the sale for sure. All right, let's head home and finish the video. So did I say we were going home just yet, guys? Not exactly, because you want to know what? We're going to one more stop. I know I went to Walmart and Target and Best Buy and Dollar Tree. I'm going to go to one more place because I want to see if I can find that It Chapter 2 exclusive steelbook. So you know where we are, guys. We are at another, oh yeah, another Best Buy location, guys. There we are, man. I want to see if I can find that It Chapter 2 exclusive steelbook. I don't know whether I'm going to find it or not, because this is a smaller Best Buy than the one I usually go to, but I'm going to give it a try though, guys. So I'm going to go in. Wish me luck, guys. Let's see if we can find that 4K exclusive steelbook, because I want to show it off for you guys. So let's head in and find out. Holy shit, guys. Oh my fucking god. We have it right in our hands. Oh baby. The 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital of It Chapter 2 right here. That is awesome. Look at this. Wow. Dude, this was a gamble, and I really don't come to this Best Buy over here because number one, I don't think I'm allowed to film in here, but also because usually they don't have any more of the stuff. Like if the one I go to is gone, usually the other one's gone. But here, I'm surprised they have it, and they have like one, and they have one other one. Oh my god, dude, that's awesome! Look at this steelbook though. This steelbook is really amazing. Oh, dude, that is fantastic. Look at this thing. Oh, this is wicked nice. Oh, I had to try to see if I could show it off for you guys. Look at this. That is beautiful. I love that with the look of Pennywise, with the balloons and everything. If you look at that, so it's very different from this artwork right here, very different from this one, and very different from this one as well. Nice. This looks really beautiful, dude. Oh, man. I am so glad we got to see this, man. This looks goddamn gorgeous. This really does. Oh, dude. Fantastic, man. I can't believe we saw that here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tempting fate in a big time way, and I could have just ended the video, guys, but you wanna know what? I wanted to show this off for you guys. I did. So I went to a second Best Buy in order to do it. Damn glad I did, guys. Oh, that is looking supremo. That looks awesome. God, that looks fantastic. Well worth me tempting fate for sure, guys. Beautiful. Nice. Very fantastic, guys, indeed. And for $34.99, 2 more copies left, but they're probably going to go fast. And you want to know what? Enough of me tempting fate, guys. You want to know what? Let's get out of here before I get kicked out. So, guys, right when I stopped filming, right there on the little shelf for the 4K thing, an employee came up to me and said, "Can I help you?" They're like, so I'm pretty sure I wasn't allowed to film here, man. But I really wanted to show you off, so I am tempting fate in a big bad way, but I did it to show you guys. So you want to know what? I'm probably getting in trouble. They're probably going to get ready to kick my ass out of here, but I'm ready to get out of here. So let me head out right now, guys, before somebody kicks me out for sure. All right, everybody, I am back now from all of the stores. I did not get kicked out of Best Buy, thank the Lord. However, they were kind of looking at me like, why is he filming? What's going on here? So they definitely were, guys. I was just happy to be done and out of the way. So yes, I am out. But this was a wild, wild ride today, man. It really was. You know, we saw something really unique and interesting no matter where we went. And it was interesting this morning. I end up getting the message from the person I know at that Dollar Tree that said, "Hey, we just got in 5 boxes. You need to come and check out the physical media." And I'm like, okay, I have a whole nother Tuesday out and about video to do. I have to go out to all these stores, and I guess I'm also gonna go over to Dollar Tree as well. So that was a unique surprise I was not planning on, guys. On top of I was not planning on going to another Best Buy, but I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad I got to show you guys the Steelbook because it looks absolutely phenomenal, man. Really, really killer, dude. That looks fantastic. So yeah, man. There was a lot of physical media to come out, man. It kind of felt like we're sort of really picking back up again. There was a couple weeks where there wasn't a lot to show off. There was definitely some unique releases, but definitely not a ton. But we're definitely ramping up again, man. There's some really cool releases that they're trying to get out before sort of the end of the year hits. So yeah, man, there's a lot of great stuff coming, man. And this week definitely proved it for sure. If you're looking for, dramas, if you're looking for action, if you're looking for horror, man, this week has it all for sure, man. They really honestly do. So I hope you guys enjoyed all of the selection this week, and I hope you guys picked up something good. If you did, definitely let me know. As far as I'm concerned, wow, where do I start, guys? Wow, I had a lot of stuff that I got this week. So let's start off with this package right here, guys. So at first when I got this package, I didn't think to myself like, wait a minute, what is this? Like, I to be honest, guys, I've pre-ordered so many goddamn things that after a certain while, you get something in the mail, you're like, I'm pretty sure I know what this is, but I can't confirm it. This one, once I realized what it was, it kind of sort of made sense. This is actually my Arrow video uh, package that I ordered for Black Friday, and it finally came in the mail. I'm like, wow, that's cool. It came rather early. I'm actually surprised. And I wanted to pick these two titles up for a while, and they're both horror films. They're sort of indie horror films. And one I've actually had in the collection before, and I got rid of it, and now I'm buying it through Arrow. And the other one I've never actually had in the collection, but it looked really cool and it looked really cheesy, and I I just had to pull the trigger, man. I had to because for a great sales price that they had, I can't really deny it. So I took advantage of that. So I have two Arrow editions right here, guys. I have this. I also end up have a package from Diabolic DVD here as well. Now this package is actually a collector's edition release from Scream Factory. This has never been in the collection before, but I have actually thought about owning this so many times. I've thought about owning the DVD, and I've seen the Blu-ray over at the old school Blu-ray over at Best Buy. I've seen that. I've been thinking about picking that up, but I never did. It got released by Arrow, and I didn't pick that one up. I finally picked up the Scream Factory edition, and I cannot wait to delve into this, man. I cannot wait to put it on the collection on the shelf, man, because let me tell you something, it's going to be really cool, dude. It's one that, I love the director so much, and I love the star, and I love them working together, and I'm like, oh man, I can't believe I've never had this in the collection, dude. So this is a long time coming, man, but I'm finally glad I got it for sure. So I got that package in the mail. I also got a package in the mail from Troma, guys. So I got a package in the mail from Troma. Oh my god, I'm so excited, guys. Now let me put some context to you about this package from Troma, okay? They had a Kickstarter campaign that they did for a certain movie. And they did this Kickstarter campaign in 2015. I contributed to this around May or June of 2015, okay? And I am just getting my reward and the movie now in December of 2019. Okay, just to give you a conversation, I've been waiting for this since the summer of 2015. Okay, I finally have this package. I am beyond excited for this. I love Troma. I love the weirdness that Troma is. And I have been waiting for this movie since I saw the other film. And I was like, I can't wait for this. Even my friend Bob and everything was like, when are we getting this? When can I see it? Finally, I have it in the mail, guys. And I am so happy, dude. I'm beyond excited. Let me tell you something. Long time coming, and I cannot wait to finally watch this, man. Oh, long time, but finally have it in my hands. It only took what, like 4+ years, but I got it, guys. And way before I was doing stuff on the channel. See, I've been contributing to physical media movies for a long time, guys. This is proof, and I cannot wait to delve into this sucker. So I got that. Also, over at the Dollar Tree, I picked up a few items over at the Dollar Tree, guys. The first thing I got there, I got The Girl in the Photographs. Now, I wanted to get this one because I've heard a lot of really great things about it. A lot of you guys have told me, you've said, hey, by the way, this looks really cool, and it's something that a lot of people have said a lot of really good things about, so I'm really interested to finally check this thing out. And I am a fan of Cal Penn. I like the artwork. It looks really cool. So I'm going to give this one a chance, guys. And for $1, that ain't half bad. So I'm definitely giving that one a chance. Also, I got the Blu-ray digital of Holiday Inn. Now, when I showed you guys on previous Out and Abouts, I showed you all of those holiday movies that Walmart and Target and Best Buy had. a lot of the times we saw Holiday Inn, and Holiday Inn was like $7.99 or $9.99 or something like that. And I got this for $1. I told you guys that I've been wanting to watch this and I've been wanting to give it a chance and I've never seen it. Now I can give it a chance, and I'm really super excited because it was only $1. So all I had to do was wait until it came to the Dollar Tree, and I got a great deal. So yes, I got a Holiday Inn, man. I really cannot wait to dive into this. It could be a really cool sort of Christmas movie that might be right down my alley. So I'm definitely excited for this one, guys. And I also got another release over at the Dollar Tree, but I'm not going to show you guys that one because I kind of want to wait on that. I kind of want to wait. It's one that I actually was not expecting to find, but I'm really glad I found it. And in fact, crazy enough, this one, there was a guy that was watching me film at the Dollar Tree, and he saw me talk about the title. And after I was done filming, he came up to me, he said, "Oh, I'm really interested in that title." And he had the Blu-ray in his hands. And he said, "Oh, I want to take this, but did you want it? Because I know that you had it in your hands first." And at first I said, "Yeah, you can take it. It's all right. I understand it. I'm not going to fight you for it." And then I was like, "Wait a minute. I kind of want this." So I ended up asking him, "Hey man, is it okay that I take it?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's fine. It's something that he can find in other stores." So it was kind of cool. I'm very happy to get this one. Again, I didn't think I was ever going to own it, but for $1, what the hell? So yeah, so this one I will not show you guys, but I definitely will show you in the pickup video for sure. And last but certainly not least, I got a package over at Best Buy, baby. Now, okay, I picked up 2 4K titles. Now, one is this really great sort of dramatic movie that I really liked when I saw it in the theaters. It's this crazy wild tale, but it's one that I really enjoyed, dude, and I can't wait to have this in the collection, and I really loved every moment in it. Crazy and wild as it was, it entertained the hell out of me, and I can't wait to have it in the collection. And then the other one, well, you guys might guess what I have as far as the title. However, did I get this at the one Best Buy or the other Best Buy? Did I get the regular 4K edition or did I get the 4K Steelbook? You guys will not get to find out what I picked up until my Blu-ray pickups video, which will drop towards the beginning of next month. It will show off all of the titles that I picked up for the month of December. And it's gonna be a very plentiful month, guys. I'm not gonna lie, man. You've got 4K titles, you've got new releases, you've got upgrades, you've got retro titles, you've got limited editions, you've got collector's editions, and a hell of a lot more, man. I didn't think I was gonna get a lot in December, and now it looks like I'm probably gonna be getting quite a few things, man. My wallet hates me. But it's all well worth it, especially when it comes to the collection, guys, for sure. So you guys, trust me, you're going to like the haul that I got for sure. So definitely stay tuned to that, guys. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD out and about videos I do every single Tuesday. Check out the theatrical movie reviews I do with my friends. Check out the movie hunting videos that I do, Blu-ray pickup videos, and much more for the channel. If you like movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become a part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank my subscribers. I really want to thank you guys so goddamn much because, I didn't realize that I reached my goal. I had a goal towards the end of the year that I wanted to get to 1.5 thousand subscribers for the year. I wanted to get there. I thought it was going to be a really cool goal to do, and I thought, okay, that's really interesting. I didn't think I was going to get there, to be honest with you. And the fact that you guys have supported me, the fact that you guys have put the word out to other people about the channel, the fact that, you guys have went out of your way to support me and subscribe, and getting to that goal is so crazy and insane, man. I never thought in a million years I would ever get here. I know it's really small potatoes compared to every other YouTuber out there, but to be honest with you, it means so much to me, and it really makes me feel like this has been worth it. Like the 2.5+ years that I've been doing this so far, for some reason, I feel like it has not been a waste of time. It's been really meaningful to me, and I hope that I've done something on the channel that's been meaningful to you guys to keep you around. So thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it so much. And like I said, guys, if you like how I talk about movies, if you like what I do on the channel, then definitely hit subscribe and keep up to date with everything I'm doing through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. FilmFan108. Keep up to date with everything I'm doing, plus special videos and pictures I do from time to time on social media as well. Alright, guys, well, this week was definitely a wild ride for sure. A hell of a lot of physical media to go through, and the train is just going to keep on going as well. Alright, guys, I will see you back next week for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care, everybody, and happy hunting.